How you doing? Welcome to Monday. How's it going? How you doing, everybody? It's your buddy Uncle Bruce here. It's the beginning of another fun week of market action. Welcome to November the 8th, 2021. It's 1 hour before we open for the market trading of the day, and I hope you're having a good time. I hope you had a great weekend. I had a wonderful weekend. I was able to have visitations with a number of you one-on-one, which is always good. And that's not there, is it? Is that? Yeah. No, that's not there. That's on my screen. No, that's there. What is that? What is that? Oh, there it is. What is that? What is that? What is that? Ew. I don't know what that is. It's just something. Anyway, how you guys doing? Welcome one, welcome all. Nice to have you here in the house. We got lots to talk about today and this week. Lots to watch for, and big news on the channel. Great big freaking news on this channel right here, right here. Stock Markets with Bruce. There's a change coming. There's a change coming to this channel, and I put it on the member alert this morning. If you're a member of this channel, you already know. If you got the alert, you read the alert, you already know. Why do I have to mention anything to anybody else? I'll see you in 5 minutes. I'll talk to you, but got other things to want to do here. I want to look at a few other things while I'm okay. I'll tell you. All right. Okay. So here's the deal. Changes. First change is that Friday night, 7 o'clock Eastern time. No more trivia shows Friday night. They're over. Instead of doing that 1 hour every Friday night at 7 o'clock Eastern for members only of this channel and Traveling with Bruce for trivia's out. And Monday nights, which is today, I do 4 shows on Mondays. I do this show 8:30 in the morning. I do the 3 o'clock show in the afternoon, 1 hour before the close on this channel, and then I do 2 shows on my original channel, Traveling with Bruce. The first show is at 7 o'clock Eastern for members of that channel. And then my second show is at 8 o'clock Eastern time on Traveling with Bruce. And that's open to anybody. Any of you guys can come on over there and watch me. We love talking about travel and cruise ships. And of course, there's a lot of travel news. So I'll be busy tonight with that. But the 7 o'clock show has always been a sort of a weekly hangout show. It's kind of a hangout with Bruce on TWB. And we talk about whatever. And it's great. It's always a relaxing, easygoing, just free for all. And my viewers who've been with me, some who've been with me over 4 years, are members of that channel, and they hang out with me. We're going to add some trivia tonight and every Monday night to that show. So it's a 1 hour show. I'm going to kind of reserve the last 20 minutes for some trivia every week because that's where I started this whole trivia thing. I did trivia questions on the other channel, and I'm going to kind of continue that tradition over there. So tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern, for those of you who are members of TWB, if you want to be involved in the trivia, you can hang out with me on that channel, and we'll play trivia. But whatever, don't have to. But in the meantime, this channel, the big news is Wednesday nights, 8 o'clock Eastern time, every Wednesday night. I will be on the air live on this channel for members only. It's an open forum. You can ask me whatever you want. We'll talk about the markets. We'll talk about your portfolio. We'll talk about your trades. Talk about what's been going on in the marketplace. Talk about what's happening with this channel. Talk about what's going on in your life. It's a wide open, ask me anything you want channel show. So if you've got some questions about your portfolio or about your trading, or you're wondering about options and some technical stuff, this is your chance to talk with me every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern time, evening show, prime time, baby. Stock Markets with Bruce, prime time live for members only. Become a member immediately, and you will get notified on Wednesday of the live show. You'll get your own notifications, like you get notifications anyway if you're a member of this channel. But becoming a member, you will be notified of the Wednesday night show, 8 o'clock, and you get to join us at 8 o'clock in the evening every Wednesday night. The thing is that on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, I won't have to split my time between talking to you and worrying about the market. Well, I'll be looking over here going, what's the Dow doing? What's the stock doing? I won't have to give you minute-to-minute updates on that. We can just go over what's been going on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, what we think is going to happen Thursday and Friday, and go over our winners and hits and misses. How about that? We'll talk about our hits and misses and just where we're at. So those of you who really are into option trading and you want to get into option trading even more, you may want to become a member of this channel and hang out with us on Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. It's at least 1 hour every Wednesday night from 8 to 9 o'clock Eastern time, and members only. So if you're not a member, sorry, membership has its privileges, and this is one of them. And the thing about it is, I thought about doing this primetime show and just open it up to anybody. I really did. I thought about it for about 30 seconds. And the reason it only lasted 30 seconds and then I went, oh no, I'm not going to do that, is simply because of the trolls. The absolute out of control hatred that's out there for anyone trying to do anything good is just impossible. And so, no, we have to have it for members only, because the members of this channel respect the idea of what we're trying to do here, support each other. The trolls, they're just looking to cause havoc, get in there, get in your face, and be the a-holes that they are. And I just don't want to deal with them. I haven't got the time. I just haven't got the time to fight these people when I'd rather help you guys. So thank you, everybody, for supporting this channel, becoming a member of this channel, showing your hand that you like what we do here. You feel what we're doing is the right thing and is helping people. I keep getting messages and one-on-one sessions where people say to me, "You have changed my life, man. Have you made a difference to me?" I cannot tell you how rewarding that is, how that makes one feel. That really is a heartwarming thing. It comes right from the heart. People are not playing games. They're just saying, before I watched you, I used to lose my butt in the markets, or the markets I would miss the big opportunities, or I would just be doing mistakes all the time. And since I've been watching you, I make way fewer mistakes. I make way more smarter decisions. I also know how to bring income in that I've never been able to do before. And I'm no longer afraid of the stock market. And I think that's the big one. A lot of you have told me in the last few months, I am no longer afraid of investing and being in charge of my account. I think this has been the huge, huge change for a lot of you. And I'm thrilled above and beyond. You have to know how good this makes me feel, because I really, it just drives me nuts when I see and hear stories of investors who miss golden opportunities, or they lament a move they should have made, or I hear about an investor that made a trade that would never have been done had they had a real stockbroker looking after them, or an investment advisor. And I keep hearing stories, and Jen too. Jen mentions them to me. She mentioned to me yesterday, was it yesterday or Saturday? She said, I just read something. It was out of Canada. It was a story out of Canada where an investor was saying that they had $500,000 in assets, like $500,000 in their in cash and investment, and they couldn't find a financial advisor to take their account. I just kind of go, what? $500,000? You can't find an investment advisor to work with you? I mean, what? It's like $1 million or more. You got to have $1 million or more. So if you don't have $1 million, you don't rank in some firms' eyes as being worth their while to deal with you. That's simply it. And they would rather that you deal with a computer, maybe through their firm, through their automated system. And if you have any questions, you just go to the frequently asked questions section and get your answers there. And that has been approved, blessed from above, from on high, by the SEC. And in Canada, the Canadian Securities Commission. This is now okay. This is quite all right. And these were, I won't say exactly, but I remember back in 1980, 81, 82. Like, we're talking 40 years ago, okay? 40 years ago, it was already in full swing that the large bankers, the big banks in Canada and the large investment houses in the US, at that time, the top 20, 30, were beginning to gobble up all of their competitors in the mom and pop field. So, regional brokerage companies that would have maybe encompassed the, say, New York State, or in Canada, they would have been involved in trading in Ontario, or they would have been involved in trading in Western Canada with clients in 3 or 4 provinces. Regional firms began to disappear. They started to get taken over by large national banking outfits who would gobble up a bunch of these guys. They'd buy up in Canada the maritime players, Quebec brokerage firms, Ontario's, Western Canada's, and they would just fold them into their, big house, their big brokerage firm. They would dump off or pay out, just buy out the founders of these companies and get rid of these guys, or they would put them under 1, 2, 3, 5 year work contracts with like a non-compete clause, and then buy them out 20% a year over 5 years. They'd buy them out, buy them out, buy them out. So this way, by the time these guys got paid out, they had lost all of their contacts, all of their ability to start a new firm. And of course, by the time 5 years went by, half of all of their other competitors were gobbled up as well. We found that large city brokerage firms, firms that were really prevalent in one town, they'd get bought up. It just went on and on and on. And then we began to notice the national houses get scooped up. The firms that had been family owned businesses that went national through the 50s and the 60s and the 70s with hard work and long-term relationships coast to coast, all just started to disappear. They all started to get bought up, and some got absorbed, and these guys got paid out, and they just grabbed the books and they grabbed the clientele and dumped the senior management, and the name disappeared forever from public view. And others, their top maybe half of their staff would be kept on, like the top 50% of the brokers would be kept on. The other 50% would be let go because they just didn't fit the mold of the bank's thinking. Anyway, I was saying, and others were saying, this is the demise of the brokerage business, and this is the demise for individual investors. This is going to screw small investors sooner or later, because it's going to differentiate the business into those who have capital, where it's easy just help them maintain what they have, and then not generate new capital and not generate new wealth, and leave behind the smaller players. And sure enough, 40 years later, here we are. 40 years later, here we are. There are people with upwards of $500,000 that cannot get a personal broker to help them with their investments. And I am having 1 hour private consultations with people that have $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. This is a lot of money to some folks, because if it's all you got, it's everything. And are you terrified to make a mistake? Oh, yeah, for obvious reasons. And I'm talking to people one-on-one with 20, 30, 40, 50,000, 70,000, 100,000, and all the way up to millions, about how to handle their investments, and mistakes to avoid, what not to do, explain options a little more in depth, explain options specifically for your account, how it would work for you and the stocks you follow, all this kind of stuff. And I tell you, it is. I'm overwhelmed, and I'm absolutely just. I'm not shocked anymore, and that's the sad part about it. I used to be shocked. I'm not shocked anymore. I'm just now disappointed by how many millions of you out there are. There aren't like 500 of you or 1,000 of you or 5,000 of you. There are millions of you out there who are abandoned on your own and have no chance to ever get together with a real market person. Yeah, there are all kinds of 20 and 25-year-olds and 28-year-olds and 30-year-olds that would love to talk to you about investing and all that. But do you want to get a perspective of the last 40 years of investing from a 25-year-old? Don't go ahead. They're out there. But 66-year-old antiques like me with the floppy chin here, which drives me nuts, by the way. I can't stand seeing this. So I'll look like this. So there's 66-year-old guys like me who are looking really young. There are very few guys like me around. And the reason is simple. Why aren't there many, all kinds of 66-year-old guys with YouTube channels who are on twice a day, 3 hours in the morning, 1 to 2 hours in the afternoon? Why aren't there 66-year-old guys on live 10 hours a day and then doing a Wednesday primetime show for another hour and then run a second channel and do shows? Why aren't there a bunch of guys like me? Why is that? What's wrong with this world today? What's wrong with the 66-year-old work ethic that, I was born in the 50s where there was a work ethic. What happened to kids like me? Well, I'll tell you, some of them have done really well. Some of them did so well in their careers that they retired in the last 5 years, 10 years, and they're not going to do this. Are you out of your mind? They can look after their own money because they were looking after other people's money, and they don't do this anymore. So that's one. And then there's a bunch of 66-year-olds who, unlike me, in their lives, in their entire lifetime, since they turned 16, 18, 20, they were drinking, smoking, doping, partying, and loving life, and really letting it hang out there, and partied hard, worked hard, partied hard. And by the age of 45, 50, they had their heart attacks. They had their bypass surgeries, and they're no longer with us. And if they are with us, they are in really bad shape. And so they can't sit in front of a camera in a computer and talk for 3 straight hours about the market. They are just not physically capable of doing it. And then there are those who were stiffs. I mean, come on. They had no way of talking to you on a one-on-one. They were lousy brokers, let alone they were terrible people to hang out with. And putting them on camera it wouldn't work out. It just wouldn't work out. So there's that. And then there are guys like me who were moderate drinkers or non-drinkers, non-smokers, non-dopers, who made it, survived, are physically healthy, but they don't want to do this, and they've gone into other careers. There's a lot of guys like me who lasted 8, 10, 12, 15 years, and then they gave it up because they couldn't take it. It was just, it's a very difficult position to be in when you have 2 to 3 to 400 accounts, which means 2 to 3, 400 different people and personalities with different objectives and wants, needs, and desires and expectations. And you can never make your clients completely happy. Like me on this show, I can never make all of you happy. It's impossible. And so I get the thumbs downs, I get the hacks, I get the trolls, and then I get the, hey, I love you. I get it all. Well, brokers, same thing. Brokers get the same thing. I remember salesmen would come into my office and they would shake their heads and they just want to talk to the elder, talk to the boss. And we close the door and the guy would say, usually males, because I had 95% of my brokers in the 80s were guys. Very few females. But anyway, the guys would come in and they'd sit down and they'd say, I don't know what to do. I don't understand. I said, what is the problem, my young man? And of course, I'm like 34 and they're 28. What is the problem, young man? Well, I got this client, he's one of my top 10 biggest clients, and I work my butt off for this guy, and I'm constantly looking for opportunities. And I found him a stock that I recommended to him 6 months ago. And it finally paid off. Like the stock has, come around and it's moving up because the company's doing what I knew the company was going to do. It was drilling wells. This is oil. These are oil stocks we used to follow. They're drilling a bunch of wells over there and they're developing out a field, and that production number is coming up, and the company is getting larger, and they're moving their head office to a larger, footprint. They're going from 5,000 feet to 40,000 square feet. They're going from, 82 employees to 168 employees. I mean, and I said, so what's the problem? He said, well, the stock's gone up, but he doesn't feel it's gone up enough, and he wants to get another broker. Okay, so you made him money, you made him richer, you tolerated all his ranting and raving and moaning and complaining for months and months and months and months, and you've risen him, lifted him to a point where he's making money, and he's upset with you because the stock didn't go up high enough. Am I getting that right? He says, yeah. What do I do? I said, well, ask yourself this question. Do you want to hang out with this person? Would you be able to tolerate a round of golf with this guy? Oh God, no. Oh no, the guy's just a whiner and a moaner and a groaner, and he hates everything. I said, well, maybe instead of him threatening to leave you, why don't you fire this guy? Why don't you dump this client? get rid of this guy, and let's see if you can find a broker who will take this abuse. Um, any other broker that'll take this kind of abuse. I don't know. I don't know if they'll find one. I don't know if you'll find one. Maybe this guy's getting too easy of a ride with you. And it would happen that the divorce would take place, and the account would be shifted to another firm. Maybe the client had another broker anyway, so just move everything to the other broker. And 3 months later, the broker would come in and said, "Can I talk to you for a sec, boss?" "Oh, yeah, sure. What's up? What's up, young man?" Noticing he's got a few more gray hairs on the side of his head there. You know that guy that I fired 3 months ago that was giving me a hard time? Yeah. Apparently he got fired by the broker he went to, and he's asking if he can move his account back to me. Going, wow. Isn't that interesting? I said, sometimes it is the client, sometimes it is the broker. And sometimes the brokers would take the clients back, and sometimes they wouldn't. It all depended on personalities. But I would say to my guys, I'd say, look, now it's now time for you and your buddy here, your client, to have a one-on-one, to have a heart-to-heart chat, and not over the telephone. It's time for you to go to his office or go to a neutral location. Maybe the two of you should go out for lunch at a nice restaurant around here, or go to a bar somewhere and have a chat and lay down the rules of the road between each other. What he can talk to you about, what you can talk to him about, or, if he's got concerns, mention them. But if I have concerns, I'm going to mention them back to you. We have to be on a stronger level playing field here. It has to work for both parties. You can't have abuse from one side, and it's not going to work, because we're talking about human beings here. And inevitably what would happen is the two would get together and they would discover each other's common interests, and they would both find out that they're both fathers of a couple of children. They would find out that they know some of the same people in town or in the area, or they went to the same university at just different times. Maybe one's older than the other. They know some profs, they know people in the business. They realize there's more in common than apart. The only difference between the two is one is the broker and the other is the client. And the client doesn't understand what the broker does for the client. The client doesn't understand what the broker doesn't understand what all the work the client does. And now they begin to understand each other, working. And then they make a point of getting together once a month in person to really hash out or go over their portfolios and rumors of the day and whatever. And so the phone calls between sessions were a whole lot different. They were because now they understood each other. And I was saying to my brokers, they're not numbers. These people, these accounts aren't numbers. These accounts are people. They're human beings, and they all have issues. And their lives are always changing, like your life is always changing, like the world is always changing. And I would tell my salesmen, understand something. Your clients are as terrified as you are of success and failure. They don't know if the firm they're working for is going to be taken over by another company and their job is redundant. They don't know if their manager is going to get fired one day and they get a new manager that really doesn't like this guy. They don't know what's going to happen to them minute to minute, and they don't know who to talk to about it. And maybe you're the one. Maybe you're the one that could be the person that they talk to about stuff other than just the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ and the price of gold and the price of oil and unemployment and inflation. And maybe They need someone to talk to on a one-on-one level that they don't have in their lives. These are 40-year-old males or females that don't have parents anymore. They've already lost their parents, or they were a product of a divorced home and they don't talk to either parent, or they talk to only one, or one that they did talk to has passed away. The other one they never got along with, and now they have to talk to them from time to time. Who knows? It's a million things that could be going on here. Know your client was the number one rule in our business, the know your client rule. You got to know who your client is. You got to figure out who they are, what they need. And the revelations. I mean, it would just, the salesman would just be, I didn't think of that. I hadn't thought of that. I'd forgotten that. So you told me this like a year ago when you hired me, but I'd forgotten it. Sometimes it's as simple as just going out and get off the goddamn phone. Get off the phone and get off your ass. Get your shoes shined. Get your hair cut. Clean yourself up and see them in their environment, or see them in a neutral location. Or how about radical? How about going to see them at their home Monday night or Tuesday night after dinner time for like an hour and have a chat from say 7:30 to 8:30 in their living room when their kids are in bed, visiting the husband and the wife in person, without phone calls from your end interfering with you and phone calls interfering with them and their boss on their back and I'm on your back. Hey, you've got an hour of quality time to talk to these people about the big picture, and you will come out of there knowing so much more about them, and they will go to bed that night talking about you, about how much more they know about you and how much they like you. And you'll find out, oh my God, I had no idea, but the guy I'm dealing with has an account with me, but his wife just inherited $500,000 from grandma, and they haven't told you about it. And she's terrified about what to do with this money. And until you showed up and acted like a human being in real life, you had no chance at that account. Have you thought of that? And so these people of mine, I would get them out of their comfort zones and get them out of the cubicles and say, look, this is a person-to-person business. Get off your duff, see your clients, and get to know them. Have them know you, you'll know that. And all of a sudden, you're going to set up lifelong relationships with people. And that changes everything. And if you, as a manager, and as a salesman, what I noticed when I first started in the business, I was always looking at the oldest brokers in my office. I wanted to find out who's been here the longest, who's been in the business the longest. Because there might be a guy who's 55 over there, but he's only been here 6 years. But he's been in the business 26 years. Find out why is he here versus where he came from, and how did you get here? And you find out, the so-and-so merged with such and such, and I didn't want that be part of that organization. I came here. You find out who the old dog is in the office, the top 5-6 guys who've been around the longest. And those are all males. These are male brokers in the 70s. And you find out what makes them tick, what makes them special. And you realize, oh my gosh, I'm watching this guy work over here, because I always want to sit near these guys. Anything I could absorb, I would absorb. And they call their clients up, and they're not talking about the market. They're calling up asking how their kids are doing. How's your boy doing? Wasn't he getting ready to apply to go to so-and-so university? How did that work out? How's your mom doing, by the way? I know you were telling me she was in the hospital, and I'm just going, when are you going to sell this guy something? Like, when are you going to get him to buy a stock or something? Like, don't you make money with this guy when you trade? I mean, what are you doing? And I'm watching, and I'm learning, and I'm listening. And then I find out he's telling his secretary assistant, I'm out for lunch with Joe. I'll be back at 1:30. And if Barry calls and Gary calls and Donnie calls, and then tell them I'll call them between 1:30 and 2 o'clock today. Organized? Oh yeah. And personal? Oh yeah. And does he know his clients? Oh yeah. And these clients would call him and tell him the latest good news. Yeah, our daughter just had a baby girl. Guess what happened next? Out went a card. Congratulations. Out would go a gift of some kind for the shower. He knew the birthdays. The birthday cards went out. of for every client. Christmas cards went out every year. He would know anniversaries. He would know the anniversary dates of his clients, and he would know the status of the marriage, how it's going. So you wouldn't send a happy anniversary card to someone who's having a real tough time right now. This guy was on top of his clients' personal lives, and they called him all the time. And he also gave them his personal at-home number if there was something they needed to get a hold of him for an emergency, because they would get a call at 1 in the morning that one of their parents died, and they now are inheriting $3 million, and they're nervous as hell about it. And it's 1 in the morning, and they don't know who. They have no one to talk to. They can't talk to a brother, a sibling, an aunt, an uncle, a cousin. They call their main person that they have invested so much in, and vice versa. And at 1 in the morning, this guy's getting a phone call from a client who says, what do I do now? And you've got a calm voice on the other side going, we're going to talk about this tomorrow. I'm going to come over to your office. We're going to have a coffee together, and we'll figure it out, because you now have to talk to a lawyer. We have to now set you up with legal documentation, the reading of the will. We got to get the funeral figured out. I mean, this is how my senior boys did it, and this is the way it was done. You don't get this. I'm coming back to now all of you who are watching me. You don't get this. You can't get this. This isn't available anymore. And even if you did have a $1 million account or a $2 million account, and you did have a financial advisor, are you getting a birthday card? Are you getting a Christmas card? Do they call you on your birthday? Do they call you 2 days before your birthday to say, what are you doing on your birthday? Oh yeah, well I've got dinner set up with my wife. Great. They call on 2 days for your birthday. What are you doing on your birthday? I got no plans. Why don't we go for lunch together? It's on me. The broker is taking the client out on the client's birthday because no one else is. Hello. Think about that relationship. Think about the bond between these two. Unbreakable. Just think about a 25-year-old rookie broker starting at house whatever, doing cold calls, trying to score clients. This guy tries to call this individual who just had a birthday lunch with his broker 2 days ago, who gets birthday cards, Christmas cards, and he can talk to him about anything he wants, including his office and his job and his everything else. And the broker once in a while will call the guy and say, hey, listen, you were telling me you're having problems with your department head, blah, blah, blah. I just heard something. Company so-and-so, they're looking for these positions. You might be perfect for this position. This would be a move up for you. I think this job could pay you $20,000 a year more. You're making $60,000. This might pay 80. I know a guy over there. I've mentioned you. You should have a chat with this guy. Can I have him call you? Do you mind if I have him call you? You're acting like a headhunter now. Think about the 25-year-old stockbroker trying to steal this account. Not a chance. It won't even take the call. Are you kidding? I want to talk to a 25-year-old punk about investing. I got a guy here who's doing everything for. Are you kidding me? No, you haven't got a shot. You're not getting this. Those of you out there, you're not getting this. But when you contact me one-on-one, a lot of you are saying to me, I want to talk to you about a number of things. I want to talk to you about a number of things. And it's options, the markets, yeah, sure. The economy, yep. My situation, yep. Life itself. Then I start asking questions, because once I start getting an idea of where you're coming from, I start coming back to you going, what's your situation with this? What's your situation with that? To help you figure out where you're at, because a lot of you are not quite getting it, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with any of you, by the way. But a number of you don't understand that you're 45 now, or you're 40 now, or you're 38, or you're 47, whatever your age is. And I keep talking about, from time to time, I'll mention my past with you guys. And I used to live here in Palm Desert until 2007. So that was 14 years ago. And I've mentioned how since we've come back, Jennifer and I, we've noticed changes. I mean, how dare they have changes in 14 years? But Has my life changed in the last 14 years on a personal level? Yeah, no kidding. Has it ever? From age 52 to 66, there's changes. And then I thought about it and went, well, what about the previous 14 years? From age 38 until 52, were there any changes? Oh, yeah, there were all kinds of changes. And then I thought, well, what about age 24 until 38? Those 14 years. And I thought, oh my God, did my world ever change? And then from 14 to 28, oh, there's no comparison. And you're going, you know what? Every 14 years, there are some significant changes in our lives. And so on these one-on-ones that I have with some of you, I'll kind of bring it up and say, well, what were you doing 10 years ago or 15 years ago? And versus what you're doing now. And were you thinking then that what you're doing now is exactly how it would be? And it's shocking, the answers I get. It's incredible. It's very interesting. And I'm thinking, then I come up and say, okay, now let's talk about the next 14 or 15 years. What's your plan? What do you think your plan is? What do you think might happen in the next 15 years? Why don't we talk about maybe your mom and dad? Grandparents still alive? What about aunts and uncles and cousins? What about your kids? What about coworkers? What about the firm you're with? What about your career? What about your hopes, dreams, and aspirations? Where do you think you're going to be on your mortgage in 15 years? What about your other loans that you have? Where are you at? Where do you want to be at? Where do you think you could be at versus how it went and where you're at and where we can be going? And this now makes everyone, at least a lot of us, go, oh boy, I hadn't thought of this on this 1 hour phone call. I hadn't thought about all this stuff. Oh my God, you got me going here. And I'm the outside guy that you will never have at your Thanksgiving dinner table when you have Thanksgiving dinner with the family. I'm not there. I'm not the guy that sort of knows you and will now needle you at the dinner table. So, Jerry, how's that job going? Last I heard, you weren't very happy with. I'm not that guy. I'm not there. What I hear from you, no other relative gets, and it's kind of refreshing for a lot of you to be able to say, I can talk to this guy about anything I want, and it's not going to come back at me at Christmas time. It's not going to come around because he isn't going to talk to cousin so, who talks to auntie so and so, who talks to uncle so and so, and then I get it from this individual. This is great. And that's what your broker used to do for you. Your broker used to kind of be, in a way, your analyst. A good one. The top-notch brokers were your analysts. They were your backstop. They were your eyes and ears to the outside world that they were involved with. They didn't have every answer. They couldn't have possibly had every answer, but they had a lot of answers. They also had contacts, because you and your broker would talk about the fact that your car broke down last weekend. That old Chevy finally gave it up. And the broker knows your financial situation, that you can't afford a brand new Chevy from the dealer because you're kind of running some debts, and you're running your investments, and you got 4 kids, and but your broker would call you up and say, hey, listen, you still looking for a new vehicle? Yeah, I'm looking to replace that old jalopy, blah, blah, blah. I got a guy. And you might have a client that has a 3-year-old car that they don't need anymore. Or someone who is a used car manager at so-and-so. And that used car manager has said to you, anytime you need anything, Bruce, you just let me know, because, man, you've made me money and you've saved my ass. And I make the phone call and I say, hey, remember when you told me you could help me out? What do you need? What do you got? I said, I got a guy. And we need some help. No worries, man. I'll take care of this guy. He's your guy. He's my guy. This is family. Yeah, we'll get rid of that old car for you, and we'll get you something better. And the client would just go, thank you. Oh, thank you. This is such a problem, because I hate selling cars. I hate buying new cars. I don't like car dealers. That's how it works. Sometimes it's the insurance that you can't get. Well, I deal with insurance agents. I have insurance agents that are clients. You want to buy or sell a house? I have realtors that are clients of mine. You need a renovation on a kitchen. Your brother is having problems with renovating their bathroom. I know guys that are in the renovation business. I deal with them all. I know a guy who's a renovator who isn't my client, but his brother is. His brother's my client, and I can get to him to get to you because I can call my client and say, "Is your brother trustworthy?" So, oh gosh, that guy undercharges all the time. He should charge more for his services. And I said, "Well, I got a client who really needs some help here. The pipe burst, and we got problems." Oh, I'll send them right over. Where is this guy? And so away we go. And you're the quarterback. You're in the middle of it. You guys aren't getting this. To make my point, come back to the point. You aren't getting this. That's how the world has changed since the 70s and the 80s. You see, we have this thingy here that allows us to look up anything on Google, and it allows us to look up, any fact. So if we're talking to a friend of ours, and yeah, I remember Brett Favre, they passed for the most touchdowns in 1984, and you go, no, I think you're wrong. I think it was 1994. And then you go here and you can find the stats. They're great. These are great for that, but these aren't great. These aren't very great at all when it comes to personal relationships, where you can say to you need a plumber or a contractor, you need a cabinet maker, you need a concrete pourer for your driveway. These aren't that great at finding you the best guy for the job. They'll find you all the firms that are promoting themselves on Google to pour concrete. Oh yeah, they'll give you that. No problem. You want to find a muffler shop somewhere near your area? This will show you where they are, but it's not going to tell you who the guy you should go to. They're not going to give you. You're not going to get that. That used to be a personal thing. That used to be a one-on-one thing between you and many friends or contacts. It might even have been that you bought a house with a realtor 5 years ago, and you were so impressed with that realtor that every time a relative of yours wanted to buy or sell a house, you told them, I got a guy for you. And you called the realtor and sent them a client, a relative, and they got well looked after again and again and again. And that realtor built a clientele. And that realtor knows contractors because they've sold houses that needed to be renovated, and they would send the contractor, their favorite contractor, over to see that client. And the contractor knew that if the realtor is sending me to this customer, I'm going to take care of this customer because this customer is going to refer me, and this realtor is going to refer me to more work. And so that's how it was. That's what the world was like in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and into the 90s. And then it started to fade away because the internet came in. And now it's very impersonal. And now we don't quite know where to turn sometimes. And now when we find a person we can talk to, confide in, or figure out something with, it's a pleasure. It's becoming more of a rarity. And that's exactly what's happening because the world is becoming more distant between us. There are more divides between us than what unites us. And it's evident everywhere you go, and in everything you watch and everything you see. It's evident in the politics of our world. It's evident in newscasts, local newscasts, misunderstandings between people because people don't engage with people anymore. People engage with artificial intelligence. And when it comes to investing in the marketplace and trying to figure out what stock is doing what have you, it's very difficult to sometimes find an expert in a field that can give you years or decades of experience that you can then take and put under advisement. Because unfortunately, many of you out there are and have been finding hot stock tips, quote unquote, from internet channels, from vloggers and bloggers, and from YouTubers and stuff. And this is the world. Welcome to there's the plus and there's the minus. The speed of information and the ability to verify certain things, and then there's the bad part about it is you don't know who you're getting this from, and you're not sure if this is legit or not, and whether it's fake news or not. And welcome to 2021. But going back to 1981, when the brokerage community began to disappear in front of my eyes, I noticed within 5 years, by 1986, 88, I realized that if I were at that time 24 years old, trying to get into the business in 1988, which was 9 years after I got into the business, I knew already that I would never make it. I would never get into the business. As a 24-year-old, no one would hire me now. Now I could not get in because by that point in time, by 88, this is 1988 for crying out loud. There was no internet yet. Even by 1988, the hiring practices of all brokerage firms which were now 1/10 of the number there used to be, or 1/20th maybe, whatever it was. 20% of the firms are left out of the 100% that used to be there 10 years ago. Very few left now. Even at that point, all hiring decisions were handled by head office, and all head office hiring decisions were handled by human resources professionals, none of which knew what a stockbroker did, had to do, and how they did what they did. Why? Because these people were not interested in talking to 50-year-old stockbrokers, 55-year-old stockbrokers who'd been in the business for 30 years. They didn't want to talk to these guys about how to handle an account or a client or a book of clients, because you are the old generation and you don't matter anymore. We all have a new way and a new system to handle everything, and it's all done by computer, and it's all done by metrics, and we now use these psych tests to hire people for positions. And I knew at age, what age? 33. At age 33, I was now a vice president, branch manager of a brokerage company. I had a branch office with 45 employees. I had 30 something sales staff, and I had 10, 15 support staff. And I was getting I was getting grief from my salespeople, my support staff, and head office all coming at me. And I knew at that point in time, I would never be able to enter this business today if I tried to get in as a first timer, like I did when I was 20 something years old. I would never be hired, not a chance in hell. No one would take me on because there were only 20 firms to go to, and every one of them were using human resources professionals at head office to decide who did what. And the only reason that I still had a job in the business, because I had been around for 9 years and I was now high enough to be away from those human resources people that could not get to me. But that would only last another 5 or 10 years, because within 5 or 10 years of that amount of time, by 93 to 98, there would be no way that I would even be able to keep my job with now 18 years experience in 1998 or whatever it was. With all that experience, being the position I was in, I would have been bought out. I would have been laid off. I would have been let go. I would have been punted. I would have been excused. I would have found it intolerable. I would have tried to go somewhere else, and I would have realized that my days were numbered and I'm out of here because of the change of the business, the change of everything. And all of you out there who are 30 to 50 years of age, all of your parents, all of your moms and dads and uncles and aunts and grandparents, we all went through this. We all went through this from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and 90s. We went through this entire total changeover of what people were viewed as and what they were going to be viewed as candidates for jobs and positions. And some of us made it and some of us didn't. Some of us survived it, did well by it. I mean, exploded, went great. And a lot of adults got punted out, and they had to go to do something else. And there were a lot of people by the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s that had once been very high up in certain organizations, well respected back in the 50s and 60s, they would have been incredibly respected for the job they held. Now they were subject to much lower positions as they were writing out their last 15 years of work, or 10 years or 5 years to finish off their working careers. They finished at a very low level or a much lower level because they just got shunted into the back. They were no longer considered key personnel going forward in the year 2000 coming up. And that's how the world changed. And it's still happening. But right now, today, oh my God, is it ever great if you're able to be employed, is it good stuff or what? These are good times because the artificial intelligence computer systems can't hold a candle to the fact that there's a worker shortage. There's a brain shortage, an experience shortage, and the other shortage that's out there that has been neglected for 20 years, a personal one-on-one shortage. This is really missing in the world in which we are today. If you ever run into a top-notch real estate professional, that's a realtor that really moves homes and houses, you'll understand when you talk to them for 10 minutes, you realize, oh, this is the one Bruce was talking about. These are the kind of people that used to be in business. They have contacts in every field: home insurance, home renovation, advisory services, carpeting, furniture, painters, plumbers, electricians, anything to do with real estate. These they have the contacts. But you're going to find that these are the generally the 40-year-olds and 50-year-olds who've put in their 10, 20 years and you're now riding that Rolodex that they've got, and they thrive on one-on-one relationships. They love to see you in person. They'll talk to you on the phone. Oh yeah, they're great, but boy, are they good one-on-one. That's their talent. And top-notch lawyers who have one-on-one relationships, top-notch accountants who have one-on-one relationships, top-notch plumbers and electricians, owners who have one-on-one. They're the ones. Unfortunately, these folks all have employees, and they all have sub-employees, and many of them have no clue about how to run one-on-one relationships. They just don't, because they graduated high school and got into university and got their degrees and all that stuff, but none of them have one-on-one human relation specialties because they don't teach that in school. Because in school, the problem is you can't be you're not allowed to have a closer relationship with your student body because that's offensive. It's completely, oh no, you can't understand what my son goes through. That's none of your business. So they go through the motions and they come out of school unable to talk to another fellow human being in a reasonable way other than their close pals. And they have no idea how to handle the outside world because the outside world's going, these kids are morons. So what are they teaching them in school? Nothing. Interpersonal relationship? No, we can't do that. That's against the law now. That's being outlawed now. You can go to jail for talking to kids like that. Oh gosh, no, we can't have that. The world is evolving. Welcome to the world of the evolving. Oh gosh, anyway, I'm ranting on. Welcome all. It's nice. It's nice to have you here, despite my rant today. Thank you all for being here. Are we going to make money today? That is the question. The Dow says yes, you are. You're going to be richer today because the Dow Jones says that we have a 155-point gain in the pre-market right now. Would the Dow lie to us? The S&P 500 is up 11 points. The NASDAQ is up 5.75. Nothing to get excited about there, but it is positive. Oil is up 39 cents to 81.66. I noticed today, I was looking at interest rates this morning. The 10-year interest rate, the 10-year Treasury, 1.47%. You remember what it was last week? You remember? I was telling you it was 1.6, 1.62. It's come down. The U.S. 10-year Treasury note's come. Why is that? Why would the Treasury note be down to 1.47% on a Monday when it was 1.6 last Thursday? What happened in the last 3 days, 4 days that would cause interest rates to go lower? Do you think maybe the passing of the infrastructure bill has something to do with it? Do you think maybe the outside world, non-American investors, okay, non-Americans, to help all of you Americans who are following me, and I love you guys because I love America. You Americans have got to understand, we all watch you. Every little thing you do, we watch it closely. Fashion, music, TV shows, movies, politics, business. You Americans, your politicians apparently passed an infrastructure bill at midnight on Friday night that is going to put $1.2 trillion into America, where America needs 1.2 trillion the most, like fixing potholes in your roads and rebuilding bridges and all kinds of infrastructure. We like it. We on the outside, we really like this. We think this is a very smart thing for America to do. We highly support the American idea of improving its infrastructure. We love it when America becomes better at doing what they do best. What do Americans do best in the world? One thing that we really like that Americans do best. We like a lot of things Americans do, but the one thing that we really like about Americans that they do best is they know how to make money. They're capitalists. They buy cheap, modify, and sell for more. Now, sometimes they modify a message and sell it for more. Sometimes they make something to make it more valuable. They're great at this. Americans are really good at this. And the other thing Americans are good at is spending their money. When they make money, they spend money, because Americans believe that improving your status and your lifestyle and your surroundings is a good thing. It is an American trait. And the rest of the world is envious of how Americans view success as a really good thing. Canadians, we're as apologetic as all get up. We love making money too. We really know how to make money. We imitate you guys. We watch what the Americans do, and then we just do it there. We just do it in our own little, bilingual world. But we are not as, what's the word I'm looking for? We don't show off as much as you do. Canadians do well, but they do well in a subtle way. Canadians drive Bentleys, okay? Canadians drive BMWs, Teslas, Mercedes-Benzes, high-end cars. We drive nice cars, okay? If we can afford one. But there's a lot of Canadians who kind of find it a bit pretentious to do so. But not in America. In America, many Americans buy the hottest new car and love to show it off. And they don't buy the silver-colored car. They buy the lime green one to really let you know, baby, I am successful and I've got it going on. On the outside world, we kind of love that. We really love it. We would never buy a car like that ourselves. Not that color. But we love it when you guys do that. We really do. We love this. So the outside world is saying, oh, wow, $1.2 trillion thing. They finally bloody well passed the damn thing. 6 months after they approved they would do it, they did it. This is good stuff. This is good stuff for America. This is really good stuff for America. We're not kidding. It's good for America. Because that's putting 1.2 trillion over 10 years. It's only 120 billion a year. It's a nothing burger as far as the money goes. Don't be fooled that this is a socialistic takeover of your country. It's just reallocating 1.2 billion that would have been spent over here. Now it's going to go into here, where the potholes are. That's all it is. From the outside looking in, that's what we see. I know it's not what you see. It's what we see. We like it. We like what we see, and we want in. And so we're buying in to America today. What's being bought? The U.S. 10-year Treasury notes being bought today. That's why the rate's going down. The yield is going down because the value of the Treasury is going higher. It's likely the U.S. dollar might be going higher today too. Likely that Dow Jones and the other indexes are going higher today because you're going to buy Caterpillar. You're going to buy U.S. Steel. You're going to buy companies that are going to make a lot of money on the infrastructure bill because they are funding infrastructure on a solid basis for a decade. You can count on the fact that if they start rebuilding this bridge across the Mississippi or the Delaware or wherever they're building the bridge, they're going to finish it. They're going to fund it until it is done without question. This is good for business. Good for the insurance company that's insuring this job, the steel maker that's making the steel, they'll get paid, the concrete guys are going to get paid, the construction workers are going to get paid, the counties are going to collect taxes, the states that the bridges are located in, where the employees are located, are going to get income taxes, the federal government's going to get income taxes from the workers. It's just a good thing. And from the outside, looking in, from way out here, let's see if I get this right for you. Those of us here, way us, we love it when America does good stuff like this. Oh, we love this stuff. These social programs, oh, we love to see this, because when America invests in itself, it's good for America. We know this. Americans are getting the message that it might not be good, but no, it's, take it from a Canadian. It's good. It's good. Yeah, we like it. Way to go, USA. Way to go. Now, if you can pass this other thing, oh, God. If you guys could join the rest of the world on healthcare, on childcare, on university education, if you could just get halfway to that, your markets would go stupidly good for years and decades. And you have no idea. You have, obviously you don't have any idea, because if you did, it'd be done already. But you don't, because you're not getting that message. Because there's no way a politician is going to push this in the United States, because they'll be labeled a communist, a socialist, or whatever you want to call them, and they will never get elected. And so it's just, you have to do it quietly, and you have to kind of in pieces. And I get it. We on the outside get it. We understand how you work. But we really like what you did on Friday night. Your politicians did. What your politicians finally got done that you voted for, really, back in 2000. But you actually did vote for that. You put enough of those guys in there to get this done. That's all I have to say about that. That's all I'm going to say. We're open for trading now. So let's see if anyone is making any money today, because I haven't talked about any of our favorite stocks, and there's so much to talk about. Apologize for all of you who are dying to hear me about talking about your favorite stocks. I haven't got to that point yet, because I got to talk about other stuff. First of all, thank you, everyone who is here, all of you who are supporting this channel, those of you who are members of this channel, and I've noticed some of you rejoining up this morning, a number of you who have joined for the first time. Thank you. Those of you who are members, you're about to get another show coming your direction starting this Wednesday, every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock in the evening, Eastern Time. I will be live for members only to talk about whatever you want to ask me. It's a wide open, ask Bruce anything about the market show. We'll talk about your option trades. We'll talk about your accounts. We'll talk about what you hear about this or that. You have a stock you want me to look at, I'll talk to you about that. Whatever you want. Wednesday nights, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Members only. Membership has its privileges. And we're going to talk about whatever you want starting Wednesday at 8 o'clock this Wednesday night. Goodbye to the Friday night trivia show. We won't be doing that anymore. But we will play trivia Monday nights, 7 o'clock. For sponsor members of TWB, members of TWB will have a little bit of trivia at the end of our hangout show. But no more Friday night trivia show. I get Friday nights back, but I give up Wednesday nights. There you go. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Let's find out where we're at, where we're going, what's all about. Look at the Dow, up 228. Is that right? Is the Dow really up 228 points? Yes, it is. On top of the gains we had last week, we are piling them on yet again. The S&P up 17 points. The NASDAQ up 36. Oil's up 25 cents a barrel. Fantastic. Steady Mystic is the newest, greatest member of this channel. Steady, I'm not sure if you're a recurring member. You look familiar to me. But if you're a first-timer, I welcome you here, and I'm glad you could make it. If you're a recurring member, welcome back. Nice to have you back. Alexander, thank you for this this donation. Canada's problem is that they don't have enough babies nor allow for immigration to offset low birth rates, so it's coming to a halt the next decade. Yeah, Canada and France and Germany and Japan and the United States and Italy and Spain, the G20. We have very, you might think that all the countries of the world have an immigration wide open policy. They let anybody in and all that. That's not true. There's been restrictions on immigration now for quite a while. Canada, interestingly enough, the federal election about 10 years ago, when Justin Trudeau became prime minister for the first time, he became prime minister for the first time. He was running against the Conservatives at that point in time. By the way, Richard, thanks, buddy, for becoming a member. He was running against Conservatives who've been running it now they'd been governing Canada for over a decade with Stephen Harper. And Stephen Harper was saying, we're going to allow, hey, No Massady, thank you, buddy, for renewing. We're going to allow 10,000 Assyrians into Canada. Tiff, hey, thank you for becoming a member of this channel. Love you. This is awesome. We're going to allow 10,000 in. Bobby Atkinson, how you doing, man? Thanks for becoming either renewing or coming a new member. I'm glad you made it too. Fabulous. Anyway, Trudeau said 10,000. No. We're going to allow in, I think he said 25,000 on the political trail. Chris Hallman, hey, buddy, thank you for becoming a member. I think he went something like 25,000, or the Conservatives would allow in 2,000, and the Liberals said 20,000. It was a big difference. And he made it part of his election platform and ran on it. He ran on a whole bunch of other platforms, but he wasn't hiding this. He got a majority government. Canadians said, good idea. We should allow immigrants from other countries in. We should certainly allow unification of families. Absolutely. If two kids have come in, husband and wife have come in, get their parents in, get their cousins in, get their uncles in. They're all going to work their butts off when they get here. They're going to work their tails off to get jobs and create wealth. They're all going to want to buy their own houses, their own cars, their own furniture. They're going to want to become Canadianized as quickly as possible. They're going to want to be part of it. And sure enough, it worked out. Canada just started allowing it. I think when the Syrian crisis hit, we were doing 100,000 a year when the Americans were doing 20,000. And we're 1/10 your size. Like we're a nothing burger up here. But Canadians realize we've got to bring in more immigrants because we're not having enough kids. Jen and I, we had one daughter. That's it, just one. We're supposed to have four. We had one, and for many of my friends, 1-2 kids. That's it, one or two. That's not enough. Not enough to sustain the growth of the country. We're aging out. America is really having a problem. The job market is screaming at you. Boy, are you having problems. Every business here in California, they talk about how bad it is in California. Every business here down here, every restaurant, clothing store, hardware store, Costco's, Walmart, even the big boys, help wanted signs everywhere. You can't miss help wanted signs down here. I mean, 15 an hour, 16 an hour. In-N-Out Burger, 17 an hour to start, up to $20 an hour if you can flip burgers. They're desperate. I read, what was it? Who was the other one? There was a job opening. I think it was Outback Steakhouse. 17 an hour to start, up to 25 an hour. Not P.F. Chang's, but the other, Panda Express. I love Panda Express. Love the whole concept of Panda Express. Just point and shoot. I'll take that. 17 an hour to start, minimum, up to 25 an hour for line cooks, and we'll train you to be one. Join us at 17 an hour. Show us you're reliable. Show up on time. Show up sober. Show up willing to work. Show up willing to learn. We will teach you, and you will move up the ladder here. Within a couple of years, you're making $25 an hour. Easy 40 hours a week. No problem. That's $1,000 a week. That's $50,000 a year, $52,000 a year with a couple of these holidays. $52,000 a year. And with that skill, now you can go to other restaurant chains and get even more than that. Yeah, that's California. That's hard done by California right now. That's what's going on here. Jobs everywhere. You start with the basic, if that's what you got, and then you move up the ladder. But what's happening is parents, not like me anymore, but 40-year-old parents with kids in high school, what are they doing? What are the parents driving those kids to go to university, at least a community college, get a degree, get something? Because when you graduate, You don't start at $17 an hour at the Panda Express. You're going to be hired by a company whatever as a junior, blah blah blah, and within 5 years you're going to be making 70,000 a year, 100,000 a year, 200,000 a year, depending on how far and how high up you go. You're really going to be putting the boots to making some money. That's what parents know around here. In this neighborhood, that is the game, baby. You get your kids through school to get them into college, because that is the answer, the big answer to the big question. Do all of them make it? No, not all. Not all kids make it. No, but then again, that's life, isn't it? Not all adults make it either, and we all know personally. How many do we know personally that have so much potential but they never made it? We all know that. We have relatives, some coworkers, and I'm not telling you anything you don't know. I'm just an old man. I'm just ranting. Welcome to the show. What are we doing? Are we making money? We're up 230 points on the Dow. Where are we at with Rocket Lab? We're up 18 cents to 1570 on Rocket Lab. Where are we on SoFi? SoFi, we're up 39 cents on SoFi to $22.96. GameStop, 216.04, up 279. Matterport, up 54 cents to 22.58. 23andMe, up 31 cents to 13.58. Spire, down 7 cents, going the wrong direction. ATIP, down 3 cents, going the wrong direction. SmartRent is up 62 more cents to $14.15. And I got to tell you, I think we're at the highest level now in over 3 months. I think we're going to approach and get to the all-time high. We're $1 away from the all-time high, $15.14. We're going to hit it. 69,000 volume, up 62 cents on SmartRent. Every day the same thing. No volume, keeps going higher. Look out, SmartRent. You'll be writing options on those in no time. Xterra, 10.03, holding the $10 level, but down a penny. AMC up 94 cents to $42.57. The volume, though, not good. 4.4 million volume on AMC. That is not what AMC needs on its stock. That is woefully inadequate volume. This stock cannot hold $42.47 in this neighborhood. It will not stay in this 40 neighborhood unless it gets triple this volume. This is not good enough. It's working this morning. I'll grant you that. But I don't like it. Robinhood down 22 cents. Vanik Vectors, $2.99 on Vanik Vectors now, up 248. This is approaching. We just hit the high of all the last 52 weeks, $300.20, just right at the opening. So we're right near the opening here at the high of the last 52 weeks. Computer chip shortage? Yes, there is. Home Depot up 267. IBM up 21 cents to 123.82. Dow Jones up 151, still holding a nice gain. Double checking all this. Yep, 151. We've got Microsoft down 34 cents, believe it or not. We have Apple down 40 cents, believe it or not. Tesla down $51. Mr. Musk asked his flock, hey guys, you think I should sell some of my stock? I'm thinking of selling 10% of my entire holdings. If you think it's a good idea, I'll do it. If not, I won't. Well, the reality is he has to. It's not like he has a choice, actually. Mr. Musk is doing so well, and God bless him for it. Thomas, thank you for being here. You're making money. He's making so much money on Tesla. He's got a big tax problem. And this is good for America. This is actually good for America. Good for every viewer on this channel right here, right now. Mr. Musk is probably going to have to sell $20 billion, $20 billion, a tenth of his stock, into the market to pay his tax bill, because every share he sells, he immediately has a 50-cent problem. So if he sells $20 billion in stock, he's got to pay $10 billion in tax on the $20 billion he's selling. But he probably has a $10 billion tax bill he's trying to pay off. So he's got to sell $20 billion in stock to pay off a $10 billion tax bill. But by selling off $20 billion in tax, he has another $10 billion tax bill. So he's got to sell $20 billion in stock to pay a $20 billion tax bill. $20 billion is coming into the treasury of the United States of America. And it couldn't happen to nicer people in the world, because America could use all the tax money it can get. Because after all, it's spending $1.25 trillion over 10 years to fix its roads. Oh, by the way, did I mention it's over 10 years, which means it's $125 billion a year that America needs to pay for the infrastructure bill. Here's a trillionaire, a billionaire, who's going to give America $20 billion in taxes of the 120 you need for your first year infrastructure program. Hello, have you done the math? 1/6 of the entire amount required to pay for the potholes is coming from this guy who's making electric cars that's good for the environment. Then there's Mr. Zuckerberg, then there's Mr. Bezos, then there's Mr. You see what I mean? They're all out there. There's a zillion of these. These 20 guys, these top 20, can easily cough up the 125 billion needed every year just from the stock gains. You're not robbing Peter to pay, but you're not screwing America here. This is America's success, funding America's future success. This is great stuff. I'm just saying, I'm just an old guy ranting away in my own little way. I hope you don't mind. Bed Bath & Beyond down 83 cents. BlackBerry up 9. Royal Caribbean up 87 cents to 97.54. This thing is the short of shorts. This is the put queen of put queens. Oh my goodness, Royal Caribbean at 97.54. I don't understand why Royal Caribbean isn't coming out with Goldman Sachs or any of the other brokerage firms out there with an announcement saying, we're going to raise $5 billion. We're going to sell stock. We're going to sell bonds. We're going to sell bonds that are convertible into stock at $110 a share. These guys should be issuing debt right now, if through stock, at least through stock, to pay off their debt because they owe $25 billion to their bankers in Wall Street. They should be dropping this stock like a hot potato. The market wants it. Give them what they want. Give them the stock at 97. It's worth $20. Oh my gosh, I just don't understand. Goldman Sachs up $4.56. Read this morning, apparently, there's a little thing that went through the wires this morning. Price target for Goldman Sachs has been raised from $533 up to $609 by Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer, brokerage firm, been around a long, long time, are calling Goldman Sachs a $609 stock. It's at $411 right now. I keep telling you it's a $700 stock. Oppenheimer's almost there at $609. By the way, Home Depot, I was telling you what Home Depot was doing earlier today, just a few moments ago. $370 on Home Depot. Home Depot target price raised to $400 from $365 by Wells Fargo. So the analysts at Wells Fargo like Home Depot. The analysts at Oppenheimer love Goldman Sachs. Looking good. And oh, by the by, if you're thinking of, if you're involved with a Chinese company trying to build widgets over there, and you want to build out a new factory for the land and the building and the equipment, hire a bunch of people, want to buy widgets, make widgets, you need to borrow money. If you are involved with a Chinese company that has to go to the junk bond market to raise cash, like cruise lines in America go to the junk bond market to raise money now when they issue bonds, because cruise lines bonds are rated junk by all the rating agencies because of the amount of money they're losing. In any event, if you want to set up a Chinese company, or you're involved with a bunch of guys and investment funds, and they have Chinese companies trying to raise money on the junk bond market, they are paying now an average of 25% interest to raise money in China for Chinese junk bond financing. So you want to build a shopping mall in China? 25% interest is the average you will pay in interest on a junk bond offering. You want to build a factory, you want to make business arrangements, you want to take a company over, whatever. If you're doing junk bond financing, 25% interest in China is the going rate right now for money. Is that sustainable? No, it's not. No, it isn't. And this is a problem because it's an internal China problem. And those of you who don't know, internal China financial problems become external China money problems, which then become problems everywhere else because it starts with the junk bond market and moves up the ladder to the high end bond market. And the next thing you know, certain Chinese companies out there who are used to paying interest rates of 3, 4, 5% are now going to have to pay 7, 10, 12% because the junk bond market is at 25 or higher. And this is a problem for China because China runs on razor thin margins like everybody else. And unless you devalue your currency, you're in trouble. And China doesn't want to devalue their currency all that much. They don't want it to go up, but they also don't want it to really go down because if the Chinese currency goes down, all imports into China go up, which means that that new middle class that they're creating over there, everything that they want will go up in cost. And that's not a good thing. They would like it to be the other direction. But the problem is that they can't knowingly and purposely drop the Chinese yuan against the US dollar because then the United States would accuse them of artificially affecting their interest rates and their currency numbers. That's illegal. We got Houston, we have a problem. And it starts with a 25% interest rate on the junk bond market. This is a problem. And it is going to get worse, I'm sorry to say. Amazon is up $39, Facebook up $1, Google up $29, Cisco up 21 cents to 57.38. Those are some of the favorites we're following. Let's go back to our top lists here. Rocket Lab up 5 cents, SoFi up 31 to 22.88. GameStop 214 up 85 cents. Matterport up a healthy 75 cents today, 76 cents to 22.80. ME up 27 cents to 13.52. We might see 14.15 this week the way this is going. Spire down 20 to 5.54. The all-time low on this stock, $5.40. We're 14 cents away from the all-time low on Spire stock. Why is it down? Nothing the company's doing. They're not doing anything wrong. They're doing everything right. They are being crushed by a group of investors who are trying to crush this market and keep it down as low as humanly possible to write contracts and then let them expire worthless. And that's the game. It's a derivative play. I'm sure they've got derivatives out there that are off the market that we don't get to see. And they've got a derivatives game going on out there. And if they're winning, they're pounding their winnings into more winnings. And they're just riding the wave of success. And until retail investors of Spire have had enough, and outside investors have had enough of the shenanigans and come in here and buy up this paper, knowing, as they should know, that if they buy up this paper from $5 to $7.50 a share, you will run these guys out of town. They will have to turn around and unwind their positions. In other words, they had to buy back the stock they're shorting to crush it down here, and they will run it up to a healthy $25 a share. But until the street, as a unified force, comes after these guys, nothing is going to happen but these cheap prices, which means for those of you who follow me and know what I do, and that is I'm consistently telling you when I find a winner, I keep telling you to buy it and never mind the price. You follow that strategy, you'll outweight these guys. You will outweight them. And their cost to carry is a daily thing. They're paying interest charges, they're paying carrying fees to handle these positions. Sooner or later, they have to unwind because you can't just crush the market and not do anything about it. You've got to cash in your derivatives and then you've got to unwind your position. The point will come where they have to do an unwind, and that is where you guys will score phenomenally. Unless it happens before. And if it happens before, like I said, it will happen when someone like Orion Cohen, just like Orion Cohen, will take a look at this and go, these guys at Spire, they're doing pretty good stuff here. I bet you that I only need 10, 20, 30 million dollars. I don't need a lot of money here. I bet you for less than $100 million, I could buy up a whole bunch of this Spire stock, and these guys will sell it to me. I mean, these guys will sell me the stock to keep it down here. I could just grind these guys very, very quietly over days and weeks and just buy off of them, and build a position in stock to the point where once I get about 6-7% of the company, or maybe 4.5% of the company, or 4.99% of the company, just under that 5% mandatory reporting level. When I get to that level, then I go in and buy aggressively and run it to $7.50, $8 a share. Just buy everything that's available as fast as I can get it. I bet you for less than $100 million, I could get this thing to $7-8, which would then take it to 25. That I bet you I could do that. When one of these individuals sees my video and goes, "What's he talking about? What do you mean? What do you mean? What's this Uncle Bruce? Who's this guy? What's he talking about?" This is a GameStop situation. This is a GameStop. This is where the stocks ain't crushed, and there's a derivative game going on out there to short this thing down here and take advantage of the short. Once someone figures out that this is a GameStop parody, it doesn't have to go to $400 a share to make someone really rich. You could take $100 million and turn it into $500 million by taking a stock from $5.50 to $25 a share. It's that simple. It's not that complicated. It just requires the $100 million that someone has to put in there. So if someone's got a couple of billion and they want to throw $100 million at a little play, this is the little play you could play with. So there's the clip. You take my clip and package it and send it to the people that you know have that kind of cash and say, why don't you take a look at this guy's idea of going after this stock, because this thing is poised to go. Just saying. But again, what do I know? ATIP up a penny. We've turned it around. Smart Rent up 21 cents. Cyxtera up a penny. That's where we're at right now. AMC only up 12 cents. Welcome all to the world today, here in this crazy time of the 2021 year. Wow. Are we having fun? Yes, we are. We're up 148 on the Dow. We're up 7 on S&P, and we're up 26 on NASDAQ. Now, Thomas says, hi, Uncle Bruce. I was 200% up on my Spire November 19 $10 call. Now I'm back on my entry price. Do you think I should gamble and wait what happens, or roll them to Decembers? Yeah, I would be rolling into Decembers, and I'd be getting ready for a run, because whenever the run happens, it's going to be vicious and it's going to be good, and you're going to love it. Chris is glad to be back. SoFi, we're looking good. I got a good feeling about this Monday, says Zach. We're a minority here, Uncle Bruce in Canada, says Bobby. Effing Spire. What's with Spire? Noke is just a buy anywhere under 6. Thomas, hi, Uncle B. 2 weeks ago, I was 200% up. Same question. Good morning, Uncle Bruce. Wacky day in the markets. John is saying I'm number 364 and 365 on the thumbs ups. Welcome to the show, and thank you for these thumbs ups, you guys. We now have 393 thumbs ups and counting. I love you for it. I appreciate it. Welcome one, welcome all to the show. What's going on here? Oh, wow. Nobody wants to work for 15 hours. Who would have thought? In-N-Out is hard work. That's right. In-N-Out is hard work. It's teamwork. And you get hired by In-N-Out, you are made up of the right stuff. It seems to me that whenever I go into an In-N-Out restaurant anywhere, I go into an In-N-Out, it's the same personality staff, the can-do-anything attitude. Nothing will faze us. We can handle this. We can make this work for you. We're here to make you happy. And boy, is it a working model? Oh, do they know their stuff? I have been to fast food restaurants where it's the opposite. It is the worst thing you can do is to go into some of these places. This place here is how you do it right. They know what they're doing. I love Panda Express also, says George. I do too. I love Panda Express. I think it's a winning formula. I think it's a great chain. I'm surprised they don't have more locations. But then again, maybe it's difficult to have more locations because it's difficult to get the staff to run these kinds of places. You need a certain kind of staff like In-N-Out does. These folks don't grow on trees. They don't. Anyway, that's what it's all about. Bobby says the CEO of these places to make the average yearly amount within a second on January the 1st. Who's running to work knowing that? Exactly. Chump change says drops. Same thing. Geo, anything that requires basic labor is short here in California. I left my restaurant job for construction. Rather take on the stress in construction than dealing with customers. There you go. ME and SoFi today. Connor, $2,500 sign-on bonuses at Costco, $2,500 sign-on bonuses. Larkham, let's go. BGFV. Sorry, I know it's not one of you follow, but I got to shut it out. There you go. Drops. Oh, forget Panda. Amazon is paying $17.50 an hour down the road here too. That's right. It's exactly right. But would you rather work in a monster place like Amazon, or would you rather work in a more of a team environment like Panda or other place? I'm just saying, there's a lot of choices for people right now. Friggin' Chili Palmer, look at me, look at me, look at me when I'm talking to you. Look at me. Sell my house. Panda Express is wonderful. But the problem is that the one I go to has horrific customer service, and there's the problem. Staff. Bobby, sign up bonus is a scam. Short term money for long term penny pinching. As Smart Rent is on fire. Give a living wage at the expense of the upper level bonuses. Wait, ME Spire? I wrote $50 covered call for SoFi. I wrote 50 covered calls. SoFi, $25 strike at 70 cents a share. I pocketed $3,500 this week. I did the same for $23.50 strike last week. There you go, taking money. 3,000 a week is kind of nice. That's right. Spire having an interesting morning. Yeah, well, it's down 14 cents to 560 here, down 15 cents. Low of the day, 546, 300,000 volume. We'll see how long that lasts. Rocket Lab up 8 cents. SoFi 22.60 up 3 cents. GameStop up $2. Matterport up $1.17 to 23.13. ME up 39 to 13.64. Spire down 17. ATIP down a half a penny. Smart Rent up 27 cents. Xterra up a penny. GameStop going to the moon, says Bill. Thanks, Free Thinker, says Steady Mystic. Coyote, Aspire. Chill, bro. This isn't like you, bro. A Hungry Grizzly is saying, laugh out there, you can save that again, Flesh Infection. Watched it go positive 4% to negative 4% in 10 minutes. When you should consider ME covered calls. Is this going to go higher? ME covered calls is going to go higher. ME is going higher. ME is going to $20, beyond $20, and you'll be writing contracts in no time on your ME. Rocket Lab is going to break 20. You'll be writing options on those not too long from now. That will mean Rocket Lab, SoFi, Matterport, ME will all be over $20. You'll be writing options on those, plus GameStop. That's 5 stocks you'll be writing options on, and more are coming behind that. Thanks, Bagel Family, says Steady Mystic. I've been a lurker since January. I know all you guys, but you don't know me yet. Welcome, Steady Mystic. Y'all writing them SoFi calls? Scott Brewer wants to know. Aworth, Steady Mystic, welcome to the club. Anthony, here in the UK, nearly every shop and business are advertising for staff and usually offering bonus hours to suit the staff. This is a sign. There is no worldwide recession coming. There is no mass financial crash coming. Americans are sitting on almost $20 trillion of cash. Canadians are sitting on trillions. Brits, Germans, French, Italian, we're sitting on trillions of dollars that we want to spend, but we can't. We can't spend it on what we want to spend it on. We're having trouble finding stuff to spend it on. This is what's going on. I'm getting ready to take some courses from Uncle Bee's Steady Mystic. Put Queen sounds sexy. Rob, Spire being crushed to 550 drops. Cruise ships are dead cats. Spire is going to make me, but again, today, it's going to make me buy again. Man, 6 months ago, I had so many SMH calls, but they had it held down too long for my calls. And of course, now it's 300. I got more Spires as drops. Nicholas, if you were to look at buying a put against Royal Caribbean, what would you look at? March, June, just out of the money or in the money? I'd go further out, and I'd go around the money or just out of the money, but not much. You want instant gratification for this down move from this 90 to the 80 to the 70. You already want to be up substantially on that move. That's what I'd be doing. SoFi earnings on Wednesday. Sell the hyper, buy the news. I just don't think a disaster is in our future. I don't think so. But it's all about human emotion, isn't it? It's all about perception of reality versus reality. We'll find out when we get there. I just love this stock. Rob, another foreign Spire, average price 601. Let's go. Rob, how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, market makers? Rita, should I sell the Matterport 20 call November 19, or should I wait? You're long, you own it, you're up on it, you're now at $23 stock, but you've got a 19 November contract. So you're in that position to roll over into January's or February's. You can always do that. We got probably some time premium here. You may want to take advantage of this. Mediocre, another 200 Spire at 552. Got a buttload, and I'm averaging now 596. I feel like I'm going to grab another 300 before these sub $6 dips are over. By the way, these November 20 call. Look, if you have enough 20 calls, $20 Matterports. You can buy stock. If you can get 100 shares together and start writing options, I'd recommend you do that. That would be your number one move. I'm up 120% of Matterport November call. Way to go, Rita. You may want to convert into stock now. Hopefully, China doesn't devalue their currency again. Sub $6 dips. What's that? I'm going to have to stop buying Spire up to 2,500 shares now. Whoa. Drops. Bought a chunk of Spire around that price. Built China economy, slim pickings, and atom bump. Under $6 dips. Thinking of buying puts on Royal Caribbean. There you go. Rob, thank you. Damn it, Jim Spire, not looking good. ATIP earnings tomorrow. Aworth. Bruce, my SoFi calls expire Jan 2022. Do you think I should sell and roll these to out at a dip for 2023? Aworth, look, you're making a ton of money on your calls. Convert it into stock. Start writing options. This is the way you should be going. This is the way you should be thinking. This is where you want to be. The end of the day, you all want to be in a position to have made a bunch of money on your call options, to be able to convert those into paper and start writing calls on the paper and bringing in this steady money, steady money, steady money. That's what you want. That's what you want. Spire is looking delicious. 560 down 15 cents right at the moment. ATIP down 1.5 cents. SmartRent up 17. Cyxtera at 10.10 up 6. 23andMe up 33 cents. Matterport 22.98 up 94. GameStop up 2.28 to 2.15. SoFi down 6 cents. Rocket Lab up 2 cents. That's where we are right now. Hello, folks. I have 200 Spire, tempted to buy more, but lost so much on ATIP. Wait, I'd wait until after charter announcement on Worth. January still always a ways away. I have 5,000 shares of it, so I hope you're right, says damn it. November 19th is the date I'm looking for Spire. Damn it, Jim. Drops Family Garden. Hello. I wish I had some dry powder for Spire, says Steady Mystic. Bama Babe, how long is it possible to keep Spire down? Can they keep it down even if they come up with remarkable earnings? I mean, what will it take? Like I said, it's only a matter of time. It's a matter of will. It's a matter of volume. And one day, it could be an individual, or it could be an army of ants that does it. Either way, what would I prefer? I would prefer an army of ants, but if a Ryan Cohen kind of individual or some kind of a hedge fund with a Ryan Cohen kind of mentality around it was to take a run at Spire, and then the market jumps in with them, oh, wow, now we're on our way. Unstoppable. Hey, damn it, Jim from Drops. Farragut panicking. I got only 2,000 of this stuff. Damn it. The short interest on Spire isn't very high in comparison to what I've seen. Well, damn it. That's why I think the reason is it's being done on the derivatives market. It's off market. There's a reason why this stock won't go higher when everything else does. Drops. Farragut. Damn it, Jim. I'm not trying to spread FUD, but just saying I have a lot of money in Spire. Tori, ME is up 37.98 cents, 36.98 cents. I believe in it, Jim says drop. Hey, Uncle Bruce, if you have $2,000, better to go SoFi or Matterport now or buy many more shares of ATIP or Spire. What do you think I should do? Everyone asks me that question every day, and you've got to make your own decisions on what's best for you. What's your risk tolerance level? What's your timing? How important is this $2,000? Do you need this for a mortgage payment? Do you need this for a car payment? Are you in trouble pulling this from somewhere? Can you afford to be in the market? That's what you've got to decide to do. And Jen has joined me this morning. How are you, Miss Jen?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm on a roll. I'm on an old man rant roll. Geez. It's what I do. It's what I'm about. About everything. I'm talking about the old days.
Oh, dear.
I remember.
And when would that be?
Well,
are you talking 20s or 70s?
It's sometimes so stressful to be here. I'm talking about when you and I were stockbrokers together. I'm referring to those as the old days.
Yeah, that was the old days.
When we were in our 30s.
I was the only female in the group.
You were the only female in the group. That's
right. Back when they still would come and ask me to type a letter for them because I was the female in the room.
That's right. This is a stockbroker.
That was
other stockbrokers that ask this stockbroker to type them a letter because she's a girl and she can type. That was the mentality in the 1980s.
I was a woman.
No, you were a gal. You were a babe.
I was a babe.
You're my babe.
I'll
But
take
yeah,
a babe.
you're just
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
good looking babe.
And
too.
I'd say, what,
yeah.
with these nails?
With these nails? You want me to do that? Oh my.
Yeah.
Now, occasionally you would do it, but you would be paid in kind.
Oh, yeah.
You
Then
would
they'd have to give me some.
you would extract some serious something. So you know.
And they'd come up and say to me, you should ask Bruce if we could do blah, 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 blah.
Mhm. Ask Bruce, the manager. Your guy.
And
the
I'd
manager.
say, grow a spine and ask him yourself.
There
Yeah.
you go. Anyway, so I was talking about stories about the days of when, and
Yes.
how about how when I first started in the business, I was observing the older brokers before I became a manager myself, how they survived, how they did what they did, and I noticed that these guys would talk to their clients about their jobs, their wives, their kids, their lives. They wouldn't necessarily talk about the market.
Right.
They were talking. They knew their clients, like really knew their clients, and vice versa. And these guys never lost clients to some hotshot 25-year-old kid who tried
Yeah.
to steal the account. They never lost their clients. These guys also had assistants, and they would send out birthday greetings,
Yes.
Christmas cards.
But
They'd
that
have
was
lunch with
also
them.
part of
Yeah.
them doing their due diligence.
Know your
Uh,
client.
Because it feels like we had a way more control
Yeah.
over the account then, because
Yeah.
not all of our clients were at all savvy, so
Mm,
they just took what you said
that's true.
and did it, and so you had to know your client.
It depended on the age, the age of the Bruce. This is for Jen, not for you. Someone sent a donation for Jen, not to me.
Oh.
It depended how old the broker was.
Are there new shoes? No?
Is this for new shoes? Oh my god! Oh my gosh!
Actually, don't tell anybody, but I ordered shoes, and they were supposed to come on Thursday, and today it says they're coming tomorrow.
Monica Finley made a donation to you, Bruce. This is for Jen,
Oh.
not for you, so she can buy some cheap batteries for her toot machine. Toot machine.
So when they start to fail, just random tooting.
Oh, These are the kind of people that watch my channel. I can't believe it.
Man, I highly recommend everybody going and buy a fart machine.
There you go.
It was not my fart machine, but some of the other parents at Monica's middle school had a fart machine.
Whose middle school?
Oh,
Jen Jr.
Jen Jr.'s, sorry, that they taped to the bottom of the piano at the front and and that's when I was introduced to the fart
To
machine.
the fart machine.
Yes.
It was legendary. It was epic.
It was so funny.
Changed our lives.
and of course in the gym for the assemblies you'd have the little kids going up to the older kids at the back, so it was the little kids that were closest to the actual fart machine.
Yeah.
So
Oh my gosh.
giggles abounded.
Giggles everywhere.
everywhere.
Giggles everywhere. It was a giggle machine.
It was a giggle machine. And
Unreal.
then
Yeah.
I had to get my own.
That's right. That's right. Things work. I said earlier, like I said, I was talking about the early days and how we had these personal relationships,
Yes.
and we don't have that today. I
No.
was talking about my viewers here. Many of my viewers can't get a broker. You
Well,
can't get a broker.
There
now.
was an article in the Canadian Financial Globe.
That's
and
what
Mail.
I was talking about. Can't get a broker.
Guy's got $500,000.
Can't get a broker.
Can't get a broker.
That's how I started it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But yeah, there you go. There you go. That's it right there in a nutshell. Right
Yeah.
there. Unbelievable. Anyway, so there it is.
So there it is. So
Things
is
have
this
changed.
in honor of grape jelly?
Oh,
Is
we
that
went
what this
to
is?
we went to Sherman's Deli on
Yeah.
Saturday, and
Sure did.
as a matter of fact, I've got a photo here of myself enjoying
Oh, Just
uh,
a small sandwich.
just a little. I just ordered a little sandwich, kind of tied me over. There we are. I'm holding this little sandwich just to kind of tide me over. Hope you can see that. Okay, there I am. Look at
There
the
you
size of
go.
that thing. That is a corned beef, pastrami, and turkey sandwich with coleslaw and Thousand Islands dressing. And there's your YouTuber going, oh, let's start on this. But I ate half of it. And the other half we took home. I had the other half last night for dinner. Delicious.
Yeah.
And Jen, she ordered her sandwich, had half, and took the other half
I
home.
had the tuna melt.
The tuna melt. She always has the tuna melt. She can't.
It's so
She looks
good.
at the whole menu and goes, "I'll have the tuna melt."
Sometimes I just throw them right off, and I have the French dip, the beef dip.
But usually it's the tuna melt.
The lady beside me though was having lox and cream cheese. I might have to do that.
That looked pretty good too.
And the blintzes. Oh,
The
they're
blintzes.
blintzes. Golden happiness in your mouth. You don't even need teeth; they just melt
Like butter,
like butter.
like butter.
It's so good.
But we ended up doing that, and we bought 6 bagels to go.
Yes,
So we have Sherman's
Sherman did
sesame seed bagel. The last 6 they
no
had.
digging out of the toaster this morning.
No digging those out because they'll just go in and come out. So yes, I will have grape jelly on a very
All
well
right.
toasted sesame seed Sherman bagel. Can't wait for that. Thank you, Miss Jen, so much. Oh, you gotta love it. Anyway, yes, set it, forget it. Oh, another 30 paper towards Spire. Averaging now 589. When can I start writing calls, covered calls on ME? So let it go a little higher, let it go higher. Wall Street Journal, rich millennials to financial advisors. Thanks for the golf invite, but you can't invest my money. Wealthy young investors don't see much use for wealth management firms their parents rely on. There's that. There's the young who are thinking, I don't need a financial advisor. I can do it myself. Well, you might think you can. And that's why the phone is what it is. We have these platforms and everything else. But I tell you, I talk to enough one-on-one scenarios. By the way, if you want a one-on-one, just send me an email. Say, Bruce, I'd like to book a one-on-one with you. When can you set me up? Saturdays, Sundays is when I do these. Anyway, we'll see what we can do for you. Anyway, the folks that I talk to, they go, I'm terrified, man. I am scared as hell. This is money I cannot afford to lose. I tried this before. I lost money. I swore I would never do this again. And I built up some cash through hard work, years of it, and I don't want to blow it. Help me, help me, help me. And that's what's going on. And, some are what they are. Some are happy to do it. Some are not. Thumbs up, everybody. Thank you, Scott. Gio, may the blessings of Ganesh's elephant trunk smile upon all your trades today. How about that? Damn it, Jim. Rob, I may buy more, but hoping to see some life first. Never have a slow day here. Not enough. Don't hold a stock through earnings. It's a crapshoot. I was number 14, 15, 16 on thumbs up today. Hey, Uncle Bruce, I'm still sitting on my ME 1119 covered calls, and I'm now over $1 in the money. Should I roll into January 15th or wait for earnings to possibly dip the price down? I'm getting nervous. ME, this stock isn't going up because of earnings. The stock isn't going up because of anticipated earnings. This stock's going up because of deals and many, many more deals. So this is going higher. Should I write covered calls on my SoFi this week or just wait until the earnings call? You can write SoFi calls anytime you want. You can write them right now for $22.50. You can write them right now for $24, $25. The stock goes up, you'll roll and write more. If the stock goes down, you'll buy them back, watch for the recovery, write them again. You've got stuff you can do. Good morning, Uncle B and gang. Welcome. Good morning, Uncle Bruce. A happy pappy 15 an hour is not a decent wage. I'm not saying it is. Most people have been brainwashed by corporate America to believe it's good. Demand more. There you go. Bagel number 412. Thumbs. Damn it, Jim. People who work in fast food are usually overworked, underpaid, and treated poorly. Rob, $15 is better than a lot of people make, but yes, it's not a good salary. It's just better. Uncle Bruce, Spire, $5 calls. Jan 23 are $2.90. Do you like leaps or shares? Better shares. Don't pay $2.90 for 5. Buy the stock. Coyote, happy pappy. The $15 minimum wage argument was from like 09 and 010. It doesn't even come close to matching with inflation. Now, people deserve more. I agree. BW, Uncle Bruce, you know that the sweet and sour sauce in Chinese food was created to hide the rancid meat. Panda Express, where's the bathroom? Oh, man, we got people who just don't like it. What can I say? 420 on the thumbs up, Zach. Thank you. Pete, is a $6, is a Royal Caribbean June 2022 $45 something put in line with what you're thinking, Uncle Bruce? What? I would be buying puts on Royal Caribbean, but close to the money. That's what I'd be looking at. Again, I saw the sign on the new Rancho Mirage location, starting employees 17 to 20 an hour. Looking forward to that one opening. Interesting, isn't it? Robert just sold another GameStop call option contracts expiring 11/19. Made money already. Thank you, Uncle B. Robert, well done. BW, yeah, it is also an American style sauce. They don't have that in China. Larry, sell my house fast in Upper Marlboro. Stop going to the Ponda on Silver Hill Road. BW, Zach saying, oh dear, America took it and covered it in sauce. Everything covered in sauce. Alexander, bought more Spire. February 2022 calls for $7.50 strike price. Let's go. Robert, thank you so much for this $50 donation. You are the gold medal holder today. Just sold another GameStop 230 call option expiring 11:19. I made money already. Thank you, Uncle B. It's easy money. It's being handed to you. 216 on the stock right here. You can write 230s. You can write 225s. You can write 220s. You can write them for the 19th. You can write them for this week. You can write them for the week after. Absolutely. People love the sauce. A BW, you wouldn't believe the amount of bonuses Amazon is offering for peak season. 2,000 sign-on bonus and up to $6 an hour extra. So pushing 25 an hour, 60 hours a week, 1,500 a week. They are desperate. Famous saying, a massive workforce strike would accomplish more in a week than a century of voting. I agree. I'm with you there. Crowds in the streets sometimes can move things. Robert Z. clapping. SoFi equals, I don't know what. Uncle Bruce, the Monday night AM rant was low temperature. Did you have a relaxing weekend? You're not all fired up. We need you all fired up. It took Matterport roughly 4 to 5 days to recover from its poor earnings report. Well, here we are, 23.25, up $1.21. Coming higher. GameStop up 3.22, SoFi up 2 cents, Rocket Lab down 18 cents, ME up 28, Spire still 5.55, ATIP down 2 pennies, Smart Rent up 3, Cyxtera up 8 to 10.12. We have a 75-cent gain on AMC, 29-cent gain on Robinhood. Vanik up $1.99 to $298.59. HD, that's Home Depot, up 2.23. IBM up 81 cents. The Dow up 166. Microsoft down 37 cents. Apple down 15. Tesla down only $27. There is no effect of him selling any of his stock. Bed Bath Beyond down $1.14. BlackBerry up 7 cents. Royal Caribbean 97.89, up $1.22. The high today, 98.27. What can I say? That is put buy in territory there. Goldman up to $4.92 after being recommended with a higher target price by Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer gives it a target price of $6.09 now, up from $5.33. Even with a $5.33 existing target price, Goldman trading at $411.91. Now that's been upped to $6.09. No one is listening. No one. Hello? No one's listening. It's unbelievable. It's bargains right there on a bull market where people are complaining about the Dow being too high a multiple, S&P being at too high a multiple. This thing is barely $7 trading multiple, being recommended to 633. I'm calling it 700 in the year. $411.99. What can I tell you? That is where we're at, kids, with these markets. That is the state of the world. Sometimes certain stocks just don't get the respect. Matterport, December 17th. Covered call sellers at $22.50. How worried should we be watching this for the next 5 weeks? I wouldn't be worried about it at all. Write 2250 calls. If you're sitting on 2250 calls that you've written, don't worry about it. We'll get closer to your expiry date and then decide for yourself whether you want to roll them over or buy them back for a profit. It's fine. You're going to be just fine. You can make your money on your stock or your options or both. ATI Physical Therapy expands to growing Houston market with acquisition of Hope Rehab Katy in Katy, Texas. Well, what about that? Isn't that an interesting little announcement? And it's just not being mentioned here anywhere. I can see it on this thing over here. The stock's down a penny. This is the kind of stuff I'm looking for from ATIP. Consistently looking for this kind of stuff. I'm kind of curious. Where can I find this announcement? How much money did they pay for these? How many centers are we talking about? Nice. Do you have any more info for me? Let me know. I'm thinking of selling some $15 ME call options. Geo planning a trip to somewhere real soon. Panama, right on Panama. Flesh infection, laugh aloud SoFi today. What are you doing? Chris Hallman, realistically, how much stock do you need to own to write options? You need 100 shares. If you own 100 shares, you can write a call contract. You own 200 shares, you can write 2 call contracts. You own 300 shares, you can write 3 call contracts. You can write 1 call contract that expires this Friday. You can write one that expires next Friday, and one that expires Friday After that, if you have 300 shares, but only one at a time, one contract per 100 is what you can write anytime you want. There you go. Ain't worth any viewers in here got a couple of 100 million. I need new friends. Tori Pepsi is buying electric trucks from Tesla, getting first set in the fourth quarter. Swiss, but Geo Franco, I was going to say Pennsylvania, nice, but Panama, Tori says fourth. BW, Uncle Bruce, thoughts? Will ATIP actually announce something that can move them up? Maybe they just did. This is getting ridiculous, don't you think? How long does a CO take, or should they get more of a mess than we know? Maybe this announcement was the announcement. Maybe this is it. I don't know. Ooh, thank you, Jen, so much. Oh, the bagel is here with the grape jelly. The Sherman's grape jelly. Oh, it's a Van Halen song, Swiss. But Bobby, Chris, 100 shares per contract. My $24 sold calls for this Friday still looking good. Nice job. Good morning, Jen, says Zach. Good morning, Jen, says Larry. This is from when you were here earlier. Yes. So I'm just trying to catch up. Good morning, Jen. This is from 709. I'm still 16 minutes behind here. Good morning, Auntie Jen. Thank you. Rob, Spicy. Nelson is a new member, recurring. I think we're back. Thank you, Nelson, for coming back. That's because Jen is a trailblazer. Good morning, Jen. She's a blazer, all right. You were my babe, proud Uncle Bruce. The Savior says DJ ATI Physical Therapy expands to growing Houston market with acquisition of Hope Rehab Katy in Katy, Texas. I love this. 80s Uncle Bruce Jen power couple. Tori just bought 20 more shares of ATIP at 312, stealing it at 312. That's what you're doing. You're not buying it. You're stealing it. I bet you she said grow a pair. You used to say that. Yeah. Your lampshade is crooked. What lamp? There's no lamp in this room. There's no lamp in this room. No, there's no lamp. It's all staged.
Oh, is it?
No, people say fix your lamp, and then they go, no, there's no lamp.
It's a green screen.
It's all pretend. You think there's a lamp.
You think.
But no, it's all fake. It's a fake lamp. It's fake news. There's no lamp. It's not crooked. It's nothing. There's no lamp. No. CYXT. I just got 97 cents for 4 $25 Matterport call contracts. I sold expiring on Friday. Nice job. $25 Matterport. Stocks at $22.88. You just got free money handed to you. Free money for Friday. You gotta love this. Not the lampshades again. There's no lamp. Yow, Bruce. Jen hits you with a zinger right out of the gate. Good morning, Bruce, my love. And smack. There you go, John. There is no lamp. Toot Gang. Speaking of mortgage payment, Uncle Bruce, when Matterport or SoFi are $35+ each, and I will sell some covered calls for $3 to $5 a share that add 15 grand and use that to pay down the mortgage, thus saving me around 20 grand in the long run. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Way to go, Cred Savage. How many fingers am I holding up? There are no fingers. I am a fart machine. Senator, cut that from the stream. Oh my. Anti-PC, how you doing? BW, and here we go, right off the rails on a Monday morning. Thanks, Jen. Did you loan your fart machine to Joe Biden during the meeting with Camilla Bowles? Oh, wait, that was all natural. Max, I don't need a machine to fart. Larry, oh, man, that's not a sandwich. That looks delicious. Ruben, a kind of sandwich on Sherman's. You know your way around a smidge. The gout making sandwich. Dude, how do you ever eat a sandwich that big? I don't even understand how it can fit into a human mouth. Oh, no, use a fork and knife. Oh, God, no, you go sophisticated, man. You go sophisticated. Brent, hey, Uncle Bruce, have you seen what's been going on with NVIDIA the last couple of weeks? I'm curious what you think about the company. Don't follow it closely, so I can't give you a thought. French dip. Okay, so Jen could buy a tuna melt instead of batteries. But as a Zach, got more Spire at $5.55. Well, that's where we are right now. One half lunch, one half dinner. That is always my plan from Sherman's too. Have you tried the chocolate Ruga? Yes, Jen has done it. We ordered a banana cream pastry for dessert Saturday. We split that between us. Oh, delicious. Oh, gosh, that was so darn good. Oh, gosh, darn it to heck. Yeah, we spoiled ourselves on Saturday. I thought, I worked my tail off all week long. I deserve something. Let's go to Sherman's. Oh, wow. Cheers, everybody. We're going to try this bagel. See how we're doing here. Sherman's bagel. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Loving it. So good. Cody says, media. Millennials have now killed financial advisors after murdering Applebee's. I'm a Deegan gambler. I used to have calls, and I do have 300 SoFi shares, though. Lauren, the world loves blaming millennials for their stuff they've done to us. Bobby, I deliver pizza on weekends and only use that income for this investing stuff. Spire calls cheap. Bobby, my 9-to-5 job pays my house and life. Nikki, I love X, but I had to write covered calls because day trading will put it down. That is reality. Wrote November 26th, strike 23, $10 contracts. Good move, or should have done other expiration. Nothing wrong with that. It's all good, Rick. It's all good. Rob, headline, millennials disrupt another industry. Save failing game retailer and puts hedge funds out of business. Is nothing safe from this cancel culture? First, we ate too much avocado toast to buy houses. Now we're demanding too many houses and making the market spiral out of control. I like to dip my White Castle burgers in skyline chili and eat them. I call it the royal flush. Oh, man. And now it's 420 in Europe and especially in Amsterdam. Sexist. That was sweet. We are family now, Bruce. You ain't losing us. Rob, that ME 5-day chart is slow rise up. It's beautiful. Oscar, thanks, Uncle B, for all you do. Explain how a put works in plain English when possible. Hockey rink. Chris, keep in mind your broker's charge to do it. It's the same dollar sell one contract as it sell five. For example, I pay $6.25 to sell a contract and gain to buy and close it. $22.95 on Matterport. ME up 31. Isn't it a sale? 471 thumbs up. How many now? 476. Thank you, everybody. Chris, well, that's 12.5% to my broker for one option, but only 2.5% if I sell 5 at a time. Thanks for the validation of your actual phrasing, Jen. We all appreciate your sassy nature so much. Oh, yes, Bruce. On your right side, it is higher when you turn and fix it closest to your left side arm, depending on where the sun is at the time of day. There's no lamp. There's no. It's a schooner. Newswire for ATIP. That's where I found it. The lamp is a simulation of a lamp. Deep. How many of us buying calls for this week would it take to move the GameStop price $10? Your pretend lamp is crooked. One bagel makes you bigger, the other makes you small, and the lamp crooked in the corner isn't there at all. Thanks for the info, valuables. That's Chris. Larry, bagel, anti-BC. You maybe you're looking at it crooked. It's like DWAC, simply terrible, but some people like it for mystical reasons. Bill, Uncle Bruce, why would Smart not move on options for 4 days? No one bought anything until Friday when I bought one to make sure it went. No volume in pre-market. 111 says this is messed up or what? I mean, what is going on? The world is messed up. Oh my gosh, it's goofy. It's goofy. Oh, GameStop on the move. It isn't about the lamp. It's about what the lamp represents. A beacon of light in the darkness. ATIP. Wait, another acquisition? The company's insane. Standing tall, firm, yet crooked in the corner, alone. 313 on ATIP. Company's growing leaps and bounds, making deals leaps and bounds. Stocks 313. Spire, making deals with NASA, European Space Agency, all kinds of private corporations. Stocks being crushed by short sellers. Unbelievable. So much potential. So many opportunities. What can I say? Matterport 2304, up $1. Spire halted? Nah, not halted. 555. Oscar got some Peloton at $49.90. They're getting crushed. Elon can sneeze and it'll boost Tesla to insane numbers. Irrational prices. Companies making actual moves with NASA drops them 30%. 30 cents, whatever. As low as you go, my personal opinion. Julia, when is Spire going to go back up? I'm a little nervous about my January calls. Any minute. Stock could double in 1 day. Stock could triple in 3 days. Any minute. I wish I could tell you what minute it is. Aworth, I can't thank you enough, Bruce. I still have 1K left until I break even, and it's been a long road recovering my early mistakes, and I've learned a lot here. Right on, man. Keep it coming. Julia, we have time. Don't worry. Zach, Matterport is up a whole $1 now. Go Matterport. Oscar, I recently sold my Peloton for 110. Disaster avoided. Right on. Nice. The lowest you should go is Chili's. Leave Applebee's to the dogs. Julia, thanks, Guy. Gonna average down to go a little further out with the next buy. Get already 400,000 volume on Spire so far. And that's something. ATIP 313. Unbelievable. Spire 558 down 17 cents. Unbelievable. ME up 39. Matterport up $1.08. GameStop up 344. SoFi up 15. Dow up 159. S&P up 10. Nasdaq up 36. Finishing this bagel as quick as I can so I can talk to you. Matterport 2318 coming on again. Rocket Lab 1527 under some pressure. Why? I don't know. Should it be? No, but it is. SoFi up 16 cents. GameStop up $4. Smart Rent down a dime. Sextera 1016 up 12 cents. Woohoo! So you're saying buy Spire. What's happening with Rocket Lab? Julia, yep, that's what I'm doing. Averaging down in shares and in options. When it does the rip, it'll be awesome. Aiming at February later. Feel very good about Spire. Just needs time. Hey, Uncle Bruce, should I take some profits on my ME January 1250 calls and hedge for a IV crush or a dip following earnings on Wednesday? Don't know if there's going to be one coming. I really don't know. No, it's real, Jen. Please fix it. No, there's no lamp. There is that's pretend. There's no lamp back there. This video is terrific, and it's gone. Oh yeah. The bagel is terrific. Suppose we built a large wooden badger. What is a lamp anyway? I mean, really. Press release, ATIP Physical Therapy expands into growing Houston market with acquisition of Hope Rehab. Don't try to move the lampshade. That would be impossible. It's impossible to move something that isn't there. It's impossible. ATIP stocks down a penny on this announcement. This announcement has nothing to do with the stock price today. But they are. ATIP is expanding their business. They are expanding their business. They're growing their company. The market is either unaware of it, doesn't care, but likely unaware of it. And I believe that a vast majority of the market players do not understand the business that ATIP is in. That's first. They don't understand how ATIP can make more money. They don't understand that ATIP is going to generate a lot of cash flow here, because as this pandemic thing lightens up, travel is allowed again, more people are going into work. ATIP physical therapy centers are going to get very, very busy because there's a backlog of business to be done for people with physiotherapy needs. The company, of course, is buying physiotherapy centers right now. Why wouldn't you buy them right now? You buy them now when their business is down, when they've had a slowdown in revenue. This is when you move in. This is when you pick off your competitors and put them under your brand name. It's a smart move. It really is. The shareholder, that investors as a whole, the 99.99% that do not know ATIP, haven't heard of it, aren't aware of it, they're not in here. The stock is not a Wall Street darling. It is not a big client of Goldman Sachs. They're not a big client of Oppenheimer or Wells Fargo and whoever else I have to talk to about. The stock has to become a known commodity, like SoFi is known, like Matterport is becoming known. This is why ATIP needs to get their CEO hired. They need to revamp their investor relations department and start a very heavy PR campaign to expose who they are, what they're about, and what they're going to be like going forward, so that people have an ability to understand the future of this company and say, oh my God, this thing is going to go to $20 a share. I'm getting in here at 3 something a share. You bet I will. Anyway, Nicholas, even if there were a lamp, it would be impossible for Uncle Bruce to move it. It's actually 20 miles away and 1,000 feet tall. Damn trick rooms. You see, that's it. Where I'm from, when a gray-haired man tries to adjust or move something that isn't there, i.e. the lamp, they usually are rewarded with rubber sheets and padded walls. There's going to be a whole new slew of people who need PT to deal with maladies, physical therapy, deal with maladies obtained working from home. It can be a hell on your posture. There you go. Nice. Bruce's lampshade is the best shade. Chicago Transit Minority. Problem with ATIP is that they're not even the biggest therapy company in Chicago yet. Jennifer, Walkabouts with Dan on YouTube channel just covered Aspire. Definitely worth a look. Sell My House. Jim Cramer called Matterport a small Adobe. What a tool. Steady mistake. I'm finally in the green with ME. Yes. ME 1356 up 31 cents. Matterport up 83. GameStop up 330. SoFi up 8 cents. Rocket Lab down 31 to 15.20. Spire down 16 to 15 to 559. Low of the day 546. 413,000. ATIP at 312 down 2 pennies. Volume on ATIP today, 180,000 shares. Nothing happening here. Nobody trading it. A Smart Rent down 14 to 13.39. Cyxtera up 12 cents to 10.16. Right here, right now. That's what we got going on here. IBM up 74. The Dow's up 100. Microsoft down 110. Apple down 33. Tesla down 43 cents. Bed Bath Beyond down 131. BlackBerry up 8. Royal Caribbean down a penny now, 96.66. Here we go. Goldman up 468 to 411. Up 411 on gold on Goldman. Oh my. The main problem I have with Applebee's is their chicken tenders. Have you had them? 1 out of 10. No mercy. Dave, Rocket Lab needs more rocket fuel. I agree. That's what we need right there, right now. We're watching this market closely to see what's going to happen. Again, big announcement today. If you're a member of this channel, big news for you guys. Wednesday nights, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, I will be live on this channel for members only every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock in the evening. Tell your friends, tell all your pals. 8 o'clock Eastern Time, prime time Wednesday night, Uncle Bruce on this channel, members only. Become a member. Join us Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Ask me anything you want about options, the market, stocks. I'll do what I can to answer questions as best I can. We're going on 8 o'clock Wednesday nights, minimum an hour for members only. Membership has its privileges, and those of you who need more answers about the markets, this is your chance to ask me directly, and I won't be distracted by live trading because I'm on at 8 o'clock in the evening on Wednesday nights. Goodbye to the Friday night trivia show. We're not doing it anymore at 7 o'clock in the evening Friday nights anymore. It's been replaced now for members only of this channel, Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock. For members only of Traveling with Bruce, my other channel, Monday nights, 7 o'clock, as usual, is the Hangout show for members only for TWB. We're adding trivia to that show as well. And then 8 o'clock tonight is the big show, the big travel show on my other channel, Traveling with Bruce. 8 o'clock. Anybody can come on over there. All of you guys are welcome. We'll talk about travel news, the latest updates, cruise ship updates, all kinds of stuff. That's what we do at TWB. Anyway, thank you for being here today. Join me Wednesday night. Don't miss out. Join me Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, prime time for Uncle Bruce on this channel for members only. I looked at opening it up to everybody, and I decided, nope, I'm not going to do it because I got too many haters out there who only want to interfere with the messaging. And so the show is only viewable if you're a member. Even if you're not a member, you won't even notice the show is on. It won't be on. It won't be available for viewing. Members only viewing and participation. Wednesday nights, 8 o'clock. As I say, membership. This is one of the privileges for members. A way for me to thank you personally for making these donations every month to my channel through YouTube as a member of this channel. It's the least I can do. This gives you a forum where you can talk to us and to fellow members on the air. And I don't know how many will be here. I don't know if there'll only be 30 people here, 70 people, 128, 344. I have no idea how many members are going to show up Wednesday night at 8 o'clock in the evening Eastern time. But we're going to find out day after tomorrow. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. And I invite all of you as members, come on over, say hi to me, and let's talk about what happened today, tomorrow, Tuesday, all day Wednesday. And we'll go over option trades and everything else and share some ideas. I'm looking forward to it. Anti-PC, I'm only coming for the trivia. Wednesday night trivia now. Nice. No Wednesday night trivia. No trivia Wednesday night. No trivia. Flint, Applebee's is crap. The mashed potatoes and most everything else is frozen. Nice. ATP expanding into Houston will be 45% of their revenue. People in Houston like to take risks, if you will. Damn it, Jim, steady and mistake. Nice. John, can we talk about the ghost lamp on Wednesday? You can ask me anything you want because what lamp? Ask me whatever you want. Nelson, I will be here Wednesday evening for a new launch. Right on, Nelson. Andy, wait, you said there would be some trivia. Yes, there'll be trivia on Monday night on TWB, Traveling with Bruce, for members of TWB, 7 o'clock Monday night show on Traveling with Bruce for members there. But there will not be a trivia show on this channel anymore Friday nights. Wednesday night, it's the hangout here where we're going to talk the markets. We're not talking trivia Wednesday night. DQ trivia is Monday on TWB. Monday trivia, says Zach. The James Show, pretty much anything from Panera outside of the bread is frozen too. Farragon, my questions will be trivial. Trivial questions. Larry, I think he did say Wednesday. I heard that too. So it's Monday. Got it. So Monday trivia on Traveling with Bruce, 7 o'clock in the evening, Eastern time. The 8 o'clock big show on TWB, open to all, and not just members. And that's where we talk travel news. Wednesday nights here, 8 o'clock in the evening, Eastern time, Wednesday night, members only on Stock Markets with Bruce, with your buddy Uncle Bruce. So that's what's going on. Wow. Okay. Dr. Walter, Uncle Bruce, 8 p.m. Eastern time is 1 a.m. GMT. So I'll be catching up on my beauty sleep. Will the show be available to watch back for members? Yes. If you're a member, You'll be able to watch the show on rerun anytime you want. That is exactly correct. As a member, you'll have access to the rerun of that show for sure. Zach, NTPC. I think the stock kids got too crazy for the TWB crowd. Larry, trivia starting tonight on Monday night on the Hangout show on TWB. The last half of that show will be trivia. Nicholas, I won't be there because of UK, but I'll be there in spirit. Your rants and advice is thanks enough, Bruce. We're here out of choice just because we like you. Thank you, Nicholas, so much. I appreciate that. Trivia is for TWB members only. That's where we started it. I started trivia for TW members only back in the day. And I then expanded it to Stock Markets with Bruce when I created this channel with memberships. I added the trivia show on Friday nights to add to this. But now I've decided to make a show just for members of this channel only on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock Eastern time. That's what we're doing this Wednesday night for members of this channel and every Wednesday night going forward. That's what's going on. NTPC's going well. Dr. Walter, thanks, Uncle B. Thumbs ups to you. Damn it, Jim. I trade through one of my retirement accounts that I have. I will likely buy some classes when my bank account is back to where I want it. Apologize for not sending much money. And damn it, Jim, you're all good. It's all good with me. I just hope to make you rich, rich, rich. You'll take care of me eventually. Young kids, house medical bills. They add up. I know that feeling. I hear you there loud and clear. No problem. It's all good, my friends. Welcome one. Welcome all to another day in paradise. Here we are. Unfortunately, we're down 31 on Rocket Lab, but we're up 20 on SoFi. And we're up 537 on GameStop to 218. A little option writing opportunity here. Matterport up $1.02 to 2306. ME up 31 to 1356. Spire still down 18 to 557. ATIP unchanged 314 now. It was down 2 cents a little while ago. It's unchanged now. Smart Rent 1350 down 3. Cyxtera up 13 cents to 1017. You know that the all-time high in Cyxtera is $12. It's the all-time record high on Cyxtera, $12. So it wouldn't take much for this thing to break that. 47,000 volume on Cyxtera. That's it. I expect them as well, like ATIP, to grow via acquisition. That's what I'm expecting here as well. Okay? Okay. Let's see here. What else is going on here? We're up 145 on the Dow. We're up 8.5 on S&P. We're up 29 on NASDAQ. And we got oil down. Oil actually up 31 cents at 81.57. Okay. The 10-year note, the 10-year Treasury note is under 1.5%. That is a sign of how much money is coming into America from the outside world and the rest of the planet to buy U.S. treasuries, to buy U.S. securities, because the infrastructure deal was passed by the House on Friday night. The rest of the world now understands, okay, they're serious. America is actually serious about investing in its own infrastructure. Finally, after how many presidents, it's getting done. And this is good. This is a good thing. The rest of the world is very much interested in this infrastructure bill happening, being signed, being enacted, and America, coming on economically, because that's what's going to happen. America is just going to get stronger economically with a better infrastructure system. It's simple. Potholes are bad for business. I don't know if you know this. It's just not good for business. So I like this. The Coyotes GameStop steadily climbing here. Nice. I miss Long John Silver's more than Applebee's. Okay, I'm done. Sorry. It's okay. Where are we at now? We've got GameStop up 540 to 218.66. We have Rocket Lab at 15.23 down 28 cents. We got GameStop. We have SoFi up 25 to 22.82. GameStop up 5.26. Matterport up 95. ME at 13.55 up 30 cents. Spire down 18. ATIP down a penny. Smart Rent down 14. Cyxtera up 13. AMC up $1.09. This is what's going on in the markets we're following. Trying to stay ahead of things on what is going on. Nice says, I'll do my best to be there this time, Bruce. I've been to one. Not sure to be into one. Chris, Uncle Bruce, I constantly spread the word about your channel on Reddit. Spreading the word is the least I can do. You deserve it. Oh, thank you, Chris, for that. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'll let them know live Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. I know there's a lot of folks who cannot join me live during the day. They're busy at work. They are not near a computer to watch, whatever the situation. But Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, prime time, might be able to join me live as a member. And then they can ask me anything they want about the market and their contracts or options or their accounts or stocks they like that they're thinking of, stocks I don't cover. You may want to bring some of those up. I'll do what I can to take a quick peek at them for you, giving my opinion on it. We'll do what we can. A 1 hour show at least Wednesday nights to help you understand the markets a little better during prime time on a Wednesday. Yeah, baby. Credit. Just sold some $30 Matterport covered calls for December for $1.15. Free money to buy some turkey dinner stuff. Yay, thanks, Uncle Bruce. There you go. $30 calls on Matterport. The stock's at $22.95. For December, you're getting $1.15 cash per share. That's $115 a contract. You got 1,000 shares. There's $1,115 Christmas spending money being handed to you for a $30 Matterport call. That's out of the money, $7.02. That's pretty good money coming in the front door. Nothing wrong with that action. Yabby, hey, Uncle B, could you buy an out of the money call at, say, $100 strike and sell a naked call at $50 for a premium? Then you would be assigned. And no, you cannot do that. You can buy an in the money call, and what you do is a poor man covered call is what you're describing. But this is not it. And a poor man covered call is where you buy an in the money contract way out in time. So, say Goldman Sachs, the stock's at 410 or 415. You buy a 360 in the money call, way in the money, $50 in the money. You might only have to pay a couple of dollars over and above the book value to get that contract for, say, next February, March, April. And then you write an out of the money short-term call against that call to bring in short-term money. So what you're really doing here is you might use $5,000 or $6,000 actual dollars to buy this call contract. And now you're writing calls against that call. You're writing calls against $5,000 or $6,000. You're not writing calls against a $40,000 stock position, 100 shares of Goldman Sachs at $410. It's not a $41,000 position. It's a $5,000 or $6,000 position, and you're writing calls. Maybe you're writing a $2 call good for 3 weeks or something like that, and you're making $200 against $5 or $6, and you're doing that maybe twice a month, 3 times every 2 months. Over a 5-6 month time frame with this first contract, you might do this maybe 10 times. You might bring in a net profit of, say, $15 overall per share over the time frame. So that's $1,500 profit coming in 6 months on $5,000. That's 30% return on your $5,000. However, if you're writing out of the money calls all the time and the shares are slowly moving higher and higher and higher, it could be that 6 months from now, when you're getting ready to sell your first in the money call to buy another 6 month out in the money call, you're going to roll this one over. You might be finding that the stock's now at $4.50 a share, and that this call you bought, which was $50 to $60, you're selling it for $80 to $90. And you made 15 on it by writing calls against it. In effect, you've made over 50% on your money. Maybe you've made 60% on your entire cash. You never owned Goldman stock, but you wrote it for a nice gain. Now, anyone who bought the stock at 410, they sell it at 450, they make $40 a share. Yeah. They're making barely 10% on their money. Not even making 10% on their money. They paid 410, sold it at 450. They're making 10% of their money. You made over 50% on your money on the same stock. You didn't even have $41,000. You had $5,000 or $6,000. That's a poor man covered call strategy that can really work well for you. This is why you want to take my lessons. Check my lessons out. I think it's lesson number 8. Tells you how to do poor man covered calls. Check it out. The class costs you $100. It's 2 hours. For $100, you get to learn how to do this. And you can use a fraction of the money rather than buy $40,000 worth of stock to get 100 shares. You can use $5,000, $6,000 and do this instead. Hey, Look, you got 20 grand, you can buy 4 in the money contracts and now write 4 contracts at a time. It's totally up to you. If you got 40 grand, instead of buying 100 shares, buy 8 in the money contracts at 5 grand a piece and write 8 calls at a time. Can you make 50, 60% in say 5-6 months? Yes, you could. Rather than making 10%, make 50%, 60% on 40 grand. Hello, making 20 grand instead of 4 grand. You like that deal? Yeah. Well, check out the course. Check out the lesson on that. Might be very worth your while. It used to be a lot easier, but it's not that easy anymore. My main contribution to the trivia is guessing Denmark, no matter what the question. Top 10 coconut producing countries. Denmark. Wrong. There you go, Bill. GameStop 221. 222. Up 935. You might want to look at writing 220, 250 calls, 250, 225 calls. $230 calls might be in the, who knows? Says Evan. GameStop, baby. Here we go. Chase, Ferrigan, alternate trivia question answer is bacon. Bacon or Denmark? Gotcha. Thanks, Uncle B. 222 says Bill, GameStop roller coaster going up again. Zach wrote 2 SoFi contracts expiring this Friday for $25 strike, 55 cents each. I love to make $100 from doing nothing. Nice. Curtis Savage, can't wait for SoFi to hit 25 plus Wednesday morning so I can write some $20, $30 call contracts for December for $2 to $3 a pop. Maybe wishful thinking, maybe not. We'll buy some $25 puts just in case it drops. Q, way to go. Martin, hedgies don't like the price above 220. Watch for incoming dip. Crime wave, 222.60 on GameStop. Credit Savage quarter earnings call. Nick, joining and chatting with Uncle Bruce should be one of the perks that people should ask as a benefit besides a 401k contribution from their employers. There you go. The employer should be paying your monthly fee to join this channel, or hiring me for an hour to talk to you for an hour. There you go. Bill, March, thanks, thumbs up. MTEX, Uncle Bruce, Spire, May 2022, $5 calls for $2 a piece with a BE of 7. Is that a good move? Buying Spire, $5 calls for $2. That's 58 cents in the money for May. Yeah, not a bad move. Not a bad move for $2. Spire chart doing strange things again, says Joe. 558 on the stock, 313 on ATIP. ME up 33. Matterport now 22.96, up 92 cents. GameStop 222.60, up 9.35. SoFi up 26 cents to 22.82, holding its own. We're down 30 on Rocket Lab today. We're up 6 on SmartRent, turned it around. Sextera still up 13 to 10.17. AMC 43.41 on up $1.71. Volume 15.7 million. That's not enough volume long term. We need more than this. You cannot hold this without more volume. Just saying. One day, yeah, maybe 2 days, but long term, we need more volume. Vanik 299.21. Home Depot up 81 cents. IBM up 66. Dow up 125. Microsoft down 74. Apple down 51. Tesla down 34. Bed Bath Beyond down 146. BlackBerry up 20. Royal Caribbean 96.74, up 7 cents. Goldman up 538 to 412. Pick up long-term calls in the money and start writing covered calls against those. You can make money. Anyone else sitting on Matterport? 1119, 2250 calls. I'm debating whether to roll into December 17 25s, or should I just wait? There you go. Getting richer as the stock goes higher, but you could theoretically roll into additionals. Now, can you get more contracts or just as many? I don't know. Worth looking into there. Jordan Brown, what's weird about it? Just looks like low volume right now. Max, you also mentioned that a Wednesday night show would make it available to those normally at work. Well, I was saying that people who work during the daytime, Monday to Friday, they can't watch me live in first thing in the morning during the market close. But Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern, you might be able to catch me live because you're home. You're working until 4 or 5 in the afternoon. You get your dinner done, put your feet up, put the TV on, and put on YouTube, and there's Uncle Bruce live, 8 o'clock Eastern time on his channel. And as a member, you can ask me anything you want. You can read the comments others are asking. Follow along, join in, whatever you like. I'd love to have you. A perk for the members. Wednesday nights is my gift to you, all about the markets. Let's have some fun together. I look forward to seeing you, but I got to tell you, I really can't do anything about this lamp you keep talking about because I don't know what it is you're talking about. There is no lamps. I don't know what to make of it. Nice is saying, Bruce, 50 cents for a $10 call on Spire, profitable with 20% short interest at 145 million shares. Little fun lottery ticket, Sirius XM. Well, you can buy, you can. Are you talking about buying a $10 call on Spire? You're out there, but we saw GameStop go from $5 to $20 in like a week, and then it kind of muddled about for that 18 to 22 range for a little while. And then it went from 20 to 45, and it muddled about there for a few days, and then it kind of went from 40, 45 to 85, 90, and muddled about for a few days, and then next thing you know, it was 120, and it muddled about, and then it went to, we saw GameStop do what GameStop did. Now, Spire is not GameStop. Spire is not the size of GameStop. Spire is not the business. But Spire is really being manipulated, I think, personal opinion, by outside forces that are trying to crush this market and keep it artificially low. And I believe that with any kind of buying power coming into this stock, it's an easy triple, quadruple. I think it's a $20, $25 market in like 4 or 5 days if it were to break out, because the shorters on this thing will get shellacked, crushed. They will be bought in by their brokers. They'll have no choice. Brokers will buy them in. It's gone. It'll go to 2025. And then where will it be? It'll stay between 18 and 25 for a while after that because no one's going to let it back off. The company is doing everything right. They're on the right track here. But yeah, $10 call. Look, 50 cents, $50 a contract. So there you go. Nice. January 2024. There you go. Lots of time. Walter Bishop, Jordan, usually run-ups are explained by Uncle Bruce or by tech analysis on Superstonk. This one has come out of the blue. A Worth, Jordan, usually run-ups are explained by Uncle B. Man, I sold my call today for 120 and now it's worth 220. Oh my God. Don't get me so excited. Chicago, Hans Gruber and the lackeys are going to get theirs. Oh, Hans and Carl and all the boys. Oh, yeah, every time you guys buy more Spire stock, it's kind of like the elevator opens up and Hans Gruber takes a look in the elevator. There's a guy in the chair and he's got a thing around his neck and says, now I own another 200 Spire at $5.55. Ho, ho, ho. And that's what Hans Gruber is getting time after time after time. He is hearing this ho, ho, ho every time you guys buy up the Spire stock because it's bad news. It's just going to be bad news for Hans and his boys who are taking over the Spire Tower, the Nakatomi Spire Tower. They're going to get there. James, do you think the Spire that it'll stay like this indefinitely until it gets buying pressure? I don't know about indefinitely. I don't know how much longer it can last. I really wonder how long the players want to be playing until they get their money out. They want to get out from underneath this obligation because they got to buy this stuff back. Right now, they're trying to keep it under 560, but they gotta get it back. They have to get it back. So we'll see. John, I was referring to the comment about Spire chart doing weird stuff. Robert, Spire Global was recently included in the NASA X-59 acquired supersonic flight community testing contract. That's right. American Christmas and Nakatomi Spire. Sack. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You're killing me, Bruce. Angela Washington, new member of this channel. Thank you, Angela, for joining this gang. We're a bunch of crazies. We have a lot of fun here. We're trying to make money. Some of us are kind of doing all right. That's pretty good. It's pretty exciting around here. Dr. Walter Jordan Brown. Sorry. Yippee-ki-yay. That's right. Burry shorted the housing market for 2 years. My buddy got my son a Die Hard Christmas Story for his second Christmas, and he absolutely loved it. Angela Washington, welcome from Zach. Laugh out loud, no worries. GameStop squeeze took years to come into play. It did. But then again, it was a different company, different story, different everything. This is a manufactured very quickly arrangement on a brand new publicly traded company that's barely been listed 4 or 5 months. We're not talking about a GameStop company, been around for years and years and years. It's all different, but it's the same, kind of, but it's different. And it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But 559 is where the stock is right now, down 16 cents. And every time you buy some, another message to Hans Gruber that ends in the words, ho, ho, ho. And there you have it. I have 10 GameStop, $200 I've been holding for a while. I think I'm going to put it into Spire instead. Interesting stuff. Aspire is my darling, Bruce. Is nice. Rob, do the short hedge funds on GameStop look at the longs like Burry, looking at the housing markets in 08? Do they know they're right? I don't know. I don't want anybody knows if everyone's really right. Why does Robinhood keep going up? I thought it was on the downturn. Robinhood is up a big time 40 cents to 37.41 and bleeding money like crazy. I don't know where they're going, but I don't think they're going up very much. Robert, could you explain delta neutral? No, can't explain delta neutral. Just look it up on Google. It's one of those numbers that in the options market. There's deltas and there's all kinds of Greeks and stuff. And just check it out. Cheddar, oh come on, let's get a prediction in the form of a range, 6 to 8 months. Uncountable. Nobody holds it against you, Brucey. I mean, tell us, why don't you just tell us, Bruce, without goofing around, exactly when the stock is going to go way up in price so that I can buy it 5 minutes before it exactly starts moving there? Could you help a guy out? Would you chase Uncle Bruce with a poor woman's covered call strategy of Goldman? What month for the long position should I take? I'm thinking Jan 23. Well, that's very long, and that's fine. But make sure, Rosita, make sure that whatever option you buy, whichever long option you buy, I don't want you paying a lot of premium on it. So you might be better off looking at a 4 to 8 month contract instead of a 1+ year contract, because you might be able to buy, say, on Goldman, you might be able to get 360, 65, 370s, 375s, 380s. One of those contracts might be attainable, or more than one, only a few dollars above the book value of the contract. So if it has to be April or March or May of 2022, you can buy a contract that's, let's say it's $40 in the money, but you can buy it for $42. Perfect. I'd rather you do that than buy a contract that's $40 in the money with an $8 or $10 premium on top of that, because you'll lose that premium. That premium will shrink away. Only book value will be the end game for this contract sooner or later. And if you're noticing here, 4 month out contracts, 5, 6, 7, 8, you may find that a 4 month contract deep in the money has a $2 premium. A $6 contract has a $4 premium. An 8 month contract has an $8 premium. That's where you may want to be buying a little closer, because you can always roll them over. Okay, so if you buy a February call now, it's only a couple dollars in money, let's suppose. And then in 2 months from now, you roll into an April contract that's only $2 in the money. You're fine. You can keep on writing poor man covered calls. You keep on going. You can always roll over your long calls anytime you want. And so with 2 months to go, time to roll it over. You don't wait to the last minute, but you want to keep that premium you're paying down. So if you're going to go into, say, 10-month contract and you're paying $10 premium additional to the book value, you might find that you only hold that contract for 4 months and then you buy another 10-month contract. You may only lose $3 or $4 of premium. You want to keep that premium loss very low, because it's money gone. It's money you lose. It's true, though, if your stock goes up in those 4 months, you'll gain money on your long-term contract, but you will lose money on shrinkage of premium. That's why you want to get in really tightly, very close to the book value of the contract. That's why you want to look for that. Okay, I hope that makes sense for you. I think it should be all right. Okay, there you go. In my Ian McCallum voice, boy, I hate being right all the time. Bruce doesn't do Greeks. He doesn't do Greeks. Oh my God, AMD positions are going. Chris, I am trading on Webull and I'm trying to sell an option, but it says insufficient underlying stock position to cover one short call. What am I doing wrong? I was able to buy them and I've sold before. Chris, I'm not sure. Anise says try margin. Rob, check to see if you have any outstanding orders open against them. Chase, thinking Jan 23rd with a 370 strike for 6,800 a contract. So 373. Okay, I'm going to look for Goldman Sachs. The stock is 413. So a 370 is only $43 book value. Am I right on that? Yeah, it's too expensive. No. You don't want to pay $68 on top of 370. That's 438, and you're only at 4. No. You don't want to do that. No, you want to. You come on in here. You come on in here to January 22, February, March, April, somewhere in there. Look at 370s or 360s, 350. You want to spend 6,800, then buy a 350 that's 63 in the money. See if you can get it for 65, 67, something like that. Look for something like that. Cheddar, if you buy to enter a naked short with clothes on, it won't go through. Oh, there's that too. You also need a rainbow bear tattoo like a Care Bear after a heavy night of drinking. You need one of those. Nice. By the way, Bruce, I meant Sirius. I meant Sirius. The radio station. I see. And Spire is my darling, Bruce. So Siri is my darling. That's what you meant. Okay. Chris, laugh aloud. That was it. I forgot I already set a sell order that never filled. Beginner problems. Nice, says editor Way. It's 50 cents. George, I like poor man covered calls. Number 4 says buy up the detonators. Get the detonators. Where are my detonators? Yes. Where are the detonators to launch Spire? That's what I'd like to know. Where are the Spire detonators to start this ball rolling? By the way, we're at 310 on ATIP, down 3.5 cents. They announced a takeover today. Unbelievable. Zach, Chris, I did the very same thing this morning. Personal reminder, check order status first. Laugh out loud. Ryan, if you roll over covered calls because the price jumped more than you expected, is that a wash sale because you're selling a losing position for a winning one? Good question. I'm not sure how that is treated by the tax department. I don't know. Nice. Oh, yeah, the further out for Goldman Sachs is a win. Bruce is 100% correct. Nice, as always. Thank you. John, Uncle Bruce, my wife just read that if you cross the Canadian border to America, Canada's charging $240 for a COVID test. Across Canadian border to the U.S. I have not heard that. I've not heard that at all. I'm wondering if what she read is the possibility that to get to the USA by air, you had to have a negative test, and that if you showed up at the airport and you didn't have a test done, you could get one at the airport, and that there were some Canadian airports where that had U.S. flights. It could have been that expensive. Last minute, you have no choice. I don't recommend it. But it's going to change now because, from what I understand, you can start driving into the United States today or tomorrow, and all you need is to be vaccinated. Even if you have a negative test and no vaccination, you can't come in anymore. It used to be you could come into the States without being vaccinated. You just needed the negative test. Now you can't come into the U.S. without a vaccination. That's the deal. Now, from the United States going back to Canada, at the moment, Canada says to Canadians and to Americans, you have to have a vaccination. You have to be vaccinated to come across the border and have a negative test in the last 72 hours. But apparently, the government of Canada is under unbearable pressure from seniors groups and other Canadians saying this is bunk. If the Americans let us into their country with just a COVID vaccination, we should be able to re-enter our own country being vaccinated. Since we were vaccinated in Canada, after all. So I have a feeling that this testing thing is going to go by the way the dodo bird. I hope this is true. Rob, looks like a bull trap. No volume. Rob, GameStop 205 by this afternoon. It's 223 right now. Vilba sold some Matterport covered calls this morning. March 12th. 27. I don't know. So no, I don't see what you're doing here. $25 strike for 215. Now let's get a dip sometime this week. So he wrote $25 calls, but I'm not sure what year those are, for 215 each. The stock's at 22.93 right now. Chase, a poor woman's covered call strategy on Goldman's presupposes that Oppenheimer's recommendation of 600 per share would offset some of the lost premium. Yes, but you don't want to play that game. You just don't want to play that game. You don't want to give away $20 of premium on a contract. That's just not a good idea. So go shorter term and then roll over every 2 months into a continual shorter term. So buy 4 month out, 5 month out contracts only and play that game. It was on US Today, I guess, as John. Sean, yikes, is Royal Caribbean up over 96? RIP, my $80 January long puts. You never know. 3 times 12, 17, 21, says Vilbas. Okay, they're those. A Swedish constitution prevents citizens from not re-entering regardless. And Canadian constitution, same thing, except when you come to the Canadian border and you're not vaccinated, you're under all kinds of restrictions and government quarantine. You don't want to play this game. You don't want to play that game. It could be $2,000 a person in expenses. You just don't want to play that game. Don't bother. Okay. Spire 560 down 15 cents. ME 1342. Matterport up 83 to 22.87. GameStop up $10.30 to 223. Riding 225s might be a good idea. Riding 230s might be a good idea. SoFi 22.90 up 33 cents. We're getting closer to the high of the day, which is 23.07. 7.5 million traded. We're down a quarter on Rocket Lab, 15.26. We're improving a little bit. Smart Rent down 13. Sextera up 13 to 10.17. AMC up 2.30 a share to 44. Oh, AMC. Socius agreed. Chase, Uncle Bruce, great advice on the poor man covered call, poor girl covered call strategy. Certainly worth my membership fee. Right, I'm glad you're here for this. This is important stuff to learn. I'm trying to save you thousands of dollars in shrinkage. Really, thousands. You don't want to do that. Nice says for B4 Bruce, best poutine in Canada. Go. Well, there you go. Go man, go. We're up 108 on the Dow. We're up 6.6 on S&P. We're up 40 points on NASDAQ right now, and we're up 74 cents on oil to $82. Differences. That's the differences there. Watching all kinds of markets and everything in the meantime, in between time. Oh, it never ends. The fun times never end, folks. Look at that. Look at that U.S. Steel up 115 today. It was over 28 today. What a good time to write call contracts early this morning. That was a good time to write call options on U.S. Steel. I know somebody that was thinking of doing that. Beautiful. Let's see here. GameStop 223 up 1021 right now, near the high of the day on GameStop. Right on, guys. Uncle Bruce, this is this $10 run up on GameStop actually sustainable with very little volume? Volume 935,000, or are we due for a correction? Yeah, you're not going to hold this. Not going to hold this very well with this kind of volume. You can't trade a couple million a day and expect $10 gains on GameStop. That's not going to happen. No. Like AMC, you cannot sustain moves on these stocks to these kinds of percentage levels without volume behind it. And in the case of GameStop, I'm thinking 10 to 30 million shares minimum, and then I'm looking at 30 to 60 million shares to really do something. And we're nowhere near this. I mean, come on, no. We're very light here. 223. It's up 10.01. I'll grant you that. But yeah, not optimistic that this is sustainable. The company's got to talk. GameStop has to say something. They have to make an announcement that's going to get this market jacked up to want to buy into the stock in volume. and we're not getting that. We had a 10 million share day last week when Bed Bath and Beyond had their big run, which lasted all of half a day. This is not going to do it. No, 984 is the gain right now. What can I say? What can I say? Matterport up 89 cents. SoFi up 26, 22.80. We're down 18 on Rocket Lab, getting better. ME up 19. Aspire at 558, and then we have ATIP down at 308, down 6 cents. What a bargain this is. Unbelievable. Smart Rent down 14 cents. Xterra up 13 to 10.17. AMC 44.10. Robinhood up 31 cents. Vanik up to $300 a share. Home Depot 369 up 86. IBM up 49 cents. The Dow's up 95 points. So what a day we got going here. What a day. Royal Caribbean down 70 cents. Goldman up 5.95. So there you go. Have a good day, Bruce. Thanks, nice. Appreciate that. Coming towards the end of this first show, so a couple things to tell you. One, we'll be back on later today at 3 o'clock for the last hour of trading. Join me for that. Two, there might be a video out tonight on this channel, so keep an eye open for that. Three, there'll be 2 more shows I'll be doing today on the other channel, Traveling with Bruce, 7 o'clock Eastern for members of that channel, and 8 o'clock Eastern for anybody to watch, all about travel, cruise ship news, that kind of thing. 4, this Wednesday, 8 o'clock Eastern time in the evening, I will be on this channel for members only. It's a brand new member-only show for Stock Markets with Bruce followers. 8 o'clock Eastern time in the evening. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about without the market interfering with our messaging. The markets will be closed. We'll review Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday together, talk about Thursday, Friday coming up. You can ask me anything you want about options, the market, stocks that you're watching, or whatever you want to talk about. We'll take it from there. I'm really looking forward to it. Rob is saying, I'll see you, Bruce and gang. If nothing happens with GameStop, it'll probably go down to the 160.80 range again, and then back here in January, February. You could be right. So she's prediction from Papa Emirates number 3. There you go. There you have it right there. Lots going on with this channel. Lots happening in the markets. I so much look forward to you joining me today at 3, and then 7 o'clock tonight, 8 o'clock tonight, and 8 o'clock Wednesday night, every Wednesday night Eastern time, for sponsor members of this channel or followers. I love you guys, and one of the perks of being a member is to get in on the 8 o'clock Wednesday night show on this channel. Thank you, everybody, for everything. Let's see here. What else? Wednesday night special, Bruce's $500 play of the week. Marcus, Uncle Bruce and the gang, any news on IBM? Heard nothing today. Bobby Exon says, play. Rob, remember, selling GameStop $500 January covered calls for 100 premium. Let's go back there. Let's do that again. Upvotes. Thank you, everybody, for throwing up thumbs ups for us today on this channel. We have 524 now, 526 on this channel on this show today. 526 thumbs ups. I love you guys for helping out. I so appreciate it. If you're able to throw a thumbs ups for us, please do. We really appreciate the thumbs ups. 527 now. They keep coming in, and this helps with the momentum of the channel. 530 thumbs ups. 530, 33, 533 and counting. Absolutely happening. Any of you who would like to have a one-on-one with me, if you want to have a one-on-one session, just you and I together, let me know. Send me an email at Bruce Frommert at hotmail.com. And I'll look forward to talking with you for an hour. If you like, we'll put it together. Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings is when I do that. And look forward to having you join me here for a private session. 541 thumbs ups. Everybody, thank you for that. Awesome stuff. John Anderson, thanks, everybody. Damn it, I was number 40. Jennifer, I was number 50. Larry, bonus points if someone can come up with the drink game rules for the Wednesday night shows. Anybody know? Sell My House says number 61 thumbs ups right here. Dr. Wolf, thanks, Uncle Bruce, as always. GameStop at the high of the day right now. 224 right at the moment. 224.24 I'm showing. up 10.99. KW, I was number 527. Hi from Seattle. Hey, KW, thank you. Sean, what kind of stuff do you go over one-on-one sessions, Bruce? Do I need to be an options expert beforehand? No. As a matter of fact, if you're not an options expert, it's even probably better off for you, because within 15 minutes of me talking to you one-on-one about how options work, you're going to go, oh, I get it. I'm getting it now. And all of a sudden you're going, I just paid you $400 for this 1 hour session. And in 15 minutes, you just showed me thousands of dollars of upside. I'm just what? Let's talk about some other stuff. We go over all kinds of stuff. So you tell me what you want to talk about. You tell me what I should explain to you. You want to talk to me about what's going on in your world. You want an outside opinion about your career or your thoughts or what? Yeah, whatever you want. It's your hour. I'm here. I'm more than happy to accommodate you and see if we can help you. If I can help you out in any way, I can help you out. It seems to be working. People keep coming back. I have regulars who are constantly picking me off for another hour and another hour and another hour. But it's worth it because we cover a lot of ground in that 60 minutes. And I have literally helped people make thousands of dollars because of our one-on-ones, because you're not interfered with. We're on camera with each other. We can see each other's facial expressions, our hand gestures. We really communicate. We get it. And nothing seems to be lost in the message. So perfect. So if you'd like to do that, send me an email, brucefrommert@hotmail.com. And we'll see what we can fit you in on a Saturday or Sunday. Kind of go from there. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. Rest up, says Nelson. Larry, thumbs ups for you, buddy. Thank you. Later, Bagel family from Nelson. Bobby, if that lamp is crooked on Wednesday night to the left, I will take a shot. Zach, Larry, anyone, anytime someone asks Bruce, should I do? Start drinking. Nice. Hi from Seattle. Bobby, yeah, Zach, I'm in. Fergan, we're looking forward to Wednesday night. Zach, cheers. Yeah, I am too. I'm looking forward to the Wednesday night show, 8 o'clock prime time. So I have a feeling that there's a lot of people who are members of this channel who don't watch live. They're just members, and they're supporting the channel through a membership, but they watch reruns because they can't watch live. It might be that a bunch of you will be here who can't normally be here on a live show. So those of you watching on this rerun right now, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Should be great. Zach, we should all be nice and toasted in about 5 minutes Wednesday night. It's going to be great. We're going to be wasted. Fantastic. I got a bunch of drunks on my show on Wednesday night. We'll see how this is going to work out. GameStop up $10.19. Matterport up 83. ME up 13. Spire down 16 cents. ATIP down 5.5. SmartRent down 11. Sextera up 10. AMC up $2.95 to $44.67, up $2.97 a share right now. And GameStop up $10.83. SoFi up 14. Rocket Lab down 26. The Dow is up 110. S&P's up 6.6. NASDAQ up 42. Oil up 77 cents. And there you have our morning roundup. For now, thank you for joining me this morning for the first show of the week. Catch up with me at 3 o'clock Eastern time today for the final hour of the day. We'll see what the markets are going to do. We'll watch it all and see what we can do. One-on-one ladder cage match. Oh, no. Rob, is it going to be a Yoko free space? I don't see Yoko joining us Wednesday night, but you never know. But I don't think so. A celebrity death match? Oh, man. Damn it. I'm not drunk. I'm meditating. That's what I'm doing. That's where I'm sitting over here off in my little world here. I'm just meditating. It's all good. 224 was just touched by GameStop. 224 share was just touched by GameStop. 223.69 up 10.44 right now. So those of you thinking of writing 225s for this Friday or next Friday, or 230s for this Friday or next Friday, might be a time to look at that. I don't know. I don't know if the stock's topped out. Maybe it has. Maybe it hasn't. But those premiums have got to be awfully good right now. Keep an eye on that. Thank you all. Zach, thank you, Bruce. See you later, Bagel family. Zach, damn it, Jim, I think you mean marinating. I'm meditating inside my marination. Bye, guys. Says nice. Peace out. All right, guys, that's it. We'll see you today at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, right here live for the final hour. Thank you, everybody. Have a good afternoon. We'll see you at 3. Bye for now.